Before a break, give me 30 seconds on Stern.
It's not my taste. But I would defend his right to be on. I think these fines are insane. I think the FCC is way out of whack. But I find no taste in tastelessness. Why would you feel it? And I'll tell you another thing. Any talent could do that, in my opinion.
Any talent?
Yeah. You and I could go do Howard Stern tomorrow morning and be just as good. I could be Howard Stern tomorrow. Come on, just tell me what I can't say and let me say it. Just tell me what I can't do and let me do it.
There's a quick wit.
I knew real
without approving of the content, the sensibility, the take, the potential impact on impressionable people. Leaving all that aside, there's a quick-wittedness, a nimbleness at the microphone that Stern evidences.
Never heard it.
No?
Never heard it. And I love to laugh, man. And Lenny Bruce was a dear friend of mine. They say they're on the edge. They say they're risk takers. They're not. See, in other words, to me, Howard Stern is a calculated broadcaster. So is Rush. Very good at it, but calculated. It's not that off the cuff. First of all, Stern sits with writers, doesn't he?
I guess some of it must be scripted, sure.
Unbelievable to me. Writer? Would you use a writer?
Yeah, but we do interviews.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't do interviews. A writer? I need a writer to be a talent? To sit there and be an off-the-cuff talent where the guy's writing stuff for me? Imus is a talent.
Imus has writers.
Yeah, but he's a talent. He's also funny. He's also much smarter than Howard. I mean, Howard's a nice guy. Would you see Howard Stern interviewing Secretary of State?
I can't see a Secretary of State accepting the booking.
Let's say he accepts the booking. Would you learn anything otherwise of organs?
No, because the entire intent would be to create something by his lights outrageous.
Couldn't you do that?
Yeah, if I wanted to be out of the business next week or lose whatever I built up.
Not today's business. But I could do the Howard Stern. He couldn't do our show. Could Howard Stern sit here and do this? No chance. And he's never succeeded at it. And by the way, I'm talking about a guy I like. He's a good family man. He's fun to be around. But as a talent, I'm talking about talent. Talent? I love talent. I respect talent. I grew up with talent. Bob and Ray was talent. This is schlock.
Even though the moment passed me by, I still can't turn away. Dreams you never thought you'd lose get tossed along the way. Letters that you never meant to send, lost and thrown away. Tell no way
party.
But now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the main event. The man you've all been waiting for, the author of the #1 best-selling book, Private Parts, the king of all media, Howard Stern, ladies and gentlemen.
So far.
Hey, now.
Artie's back.
Yeah.
Hey, Artie.
How you doing, man?
Also, Casey said that his buddy told him Pete Townsend got cleared of all charges, but...
Really?
But that's, I mean, I don't see a thing about that in the newspaper or on the wire.
That ruins a lot of good jokes.
Yeah. It not only ruins a lot of good jokes, it's Casey's buddy telling him that.
It's not CNN.
The newspaper is keeping that quiet.
Yeah, they're keeping it quiet, so.
They don't want to tell you.
You arrest the guy, it's on the front page, and you bury it when he gets exonerated.
See? Can't even find it.
Yeah.
So yesterday on the show, I spent the first hour of the show being upset about the fact that I felt that I was accused wrongly of doing something in a club. And they put it in page 6. And the woman who wrote the article was Jeanette Walls, who is a reporter for MSNBC.com, whatever that is.
Yeah, how could they even have reporters in that?
Right. So Gary made multiple phone calls to her to say, hey, why don't you come on? And, you know, he said, Howard's pretty fair. He'll listen to what you have to say, but the story is untrue. And he wants to talk to you about it on the air. So she pauses and she thinks and she goes, I'd rather, like, have my nails pulled out of my, you know, fingers or whatever. Something like that.
Did she say anything to the
No.
assertion that it was an untrue story?
No. In other words, she'd rather... Of course she doesn't want to come on here because she can't back up her story because it's completely fake.
But my point is, why not say, you know, instead of coming on, I'll just write a retraction. Did it say anything like that?
She won't write a retraction because they don't want to be wrong. They can't admit when they're wrong, that they got duped. You know, that they're being used by a club.
Right.
To get promotion, to get promotional mentions.
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. What did she say? What was it?
She wrote this thing about how I went to rehab, the club rehab.
Artie started to get concerned.
No, wait, I remembered in a second.
Bottom line, how I went to the club rehab with Carson Daly.
Right.
And I'm such a tool that I stood in the corner there and had a contest with him to see if my bottle of champagne would bring over more girls than his bottle of vodka.
Oh, my God.
And we had a little contest, and I won. I had more girls than he did. That's what I did while Beth was away.
Right.
Hey,
how would anybody even know that unless
I'm going to tell you.
Called?
I figured this whole thing out, by the way. Rehab, a club I never heard of before you went there, is clearly feeding all this info.
Absolutely, because every day you read about them.
Yeah, because
they're busting on Jim Carrey. Right. Anybody who goes in there.
I picked up Us Weekly, and Jim Carrey's ordering pizzas in the middle of the night. Now, who would know that?
No one.
They must be calling everyone.
Exactly. So I sure as hell won't go back to that club. And believe me, the place was empty. There was no reason to go back to it. And they're so goddamn desperate, they got to bust people all the time.
Well, I know it's a small consolation. When I spoke to the woman yesterday, I said, how you doing? And she said, I've had better days. So
yeah,
you
good.
Her day,
you know what? Yeah, how'd I ruin her day? Because she's a fake, and the reason she writes for MSNBC.com is because she's not a real journalist.
She was exposed.
Yeah. I read some interview with her once that said it's really important to her to be accurate.
Sure it is.
Yeah. And, you know, as bad as her day was, mine was worse, because I went home and explained to my kids what was going on, that I don't do stuff like that, and they got it. And Beth and I, despite Beth being cool with it on the air, she needed some talking to, too.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's a pain in the ass.
No,
it's a pain in my ass. That's it. So that's the end of the story. Jeanette Walls won't come on and back up her story.
And she's not changing it either.
Yeah. The great reporter for MSNBC.com. They won't even let her report on that crappy cable channel, MSNBC. Crying out loud. All right.
Can't wait for her next report.
Yeah, so there's your accuracy in media report for the day. As someone who's been victimized by the great journalistic integrity of Jeanette Walls, who won't come on this show because she's a pussy in every way I can think of.
That proves it's a lie, because she wants attention.
Right,
like
of
crazy,
course. If it's true, she'd be screaming from the rafters.
If she had a true story that was drawing this much attention, she'd be all over it. She'd be giving interviews to everyone.
Right. Yeah, and the way I'd play it would be like, you know what, it's not true, but I don't want to talk to her. You know, I mean, let's be honest. I got her so busted here. I was walking down the street. A guy comes up to me and says, did you know Jeanette Walls was arrested for bestiality? I said, I had no idea. Now, of course, this is just a rumor.
Hey, now.
Guy said it to me.
Somebody told you?
There you go.
Speculation.
Must be true. She must do it with dogs. It's got to be true. Guy told me. So it's true.
Yeah.
Especially when a nightclub calls. You know they're honest.
Absolutely. They have no ulterior motive.
You know what the thing that really sucked about that story yesterday was? I mean, it's in page 6 of the Post, all right, you can, but once it's on TV with visuals, even though it's not like you guys at the club doing anything, just your picture, Carson's picture, it seems so much more real.
That's what got Beth. The Channel 11 shows. Now it's on the news, and I'm in it, too.
When I watched that little piece, I said, wow, they make it seem like they were there.
Right.
They actually saw this going on because they've got pictures of Carson, they got pictures of Howard. Even
it's documented.
Well, I love the fact they have pictures of you in your studio, and I still thought you were there.
Yeah. And they had Carson with Tara Reid.
Right. Let's call Jeanette Walls and see how far we can go. Like Jeanette's rehab. You know who was in here last night? Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley.
Won't she write?
Yeah, make a phone call to her. Let's start feeding her like 6 months from now.
Right.
Let's start calling up and giving her false stories and see how many we can get in there. So anyway, that was that. So she won't come in here because she's a big pussy. Secondly, what the hell was I going to tell you? Jesus Christ, I got so much to tell you I can't even think straight. We're just talking about
American Idol?
Yeah. American Idol. There's something there.
The
Joe Millionaire chick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Looking at those pictures.
That's all over the newspaper today.
Those pictures are funny.
And one of the chicks on Joe Millionaire is in bondage and foot videos.
She's one of the 3 finalists.
Yeah, foot fetish videos, and that's turning them on.
According to a girlfriend who used to go out with him and said he liked to spot people in shoes.
I love bondage and foot fetish videos.
I know you do. I don't get it.
I get it. That's all that matters to me. I get it. I think that's hot. Chicks who like to be tied up and show their feet. I think that's kinky. I like it.
She's the cutest one of the 3 left. Don't you agree?
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't like the long-haired brunette?
No. Oh, no. Some angles she can look okay, like Demi Moore, and then other angles she was horribly wrong.
Not
very
the
witchy.
curly-haired one.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I would actually take the curly-haired one first, because at least she seems a little nutty.
No, the curly-haired one is sick. She's just disturbing. She's just gross.
They're all...
Yeah, and that side view is not nice. I thought my nose was bad. But, so Joe Millionaire, one of the chicks, the whole big story is that she was in a foot fetish video. But
Lots of them.
Yeah.
Not just, and she says, I love that the excuse. She did them years ago when she was in law school.
Right, to make money.
Yeah, in law school. Way to go. Sarah Kozer is her name. She's made dozens of bondage and fetish films.
Hey, now.
Fox Television described her occupation as sales and design. But in the past few years, she starred in Novices in Knots, Hogtied, and Helpless Heroines, as well as foot fetish titles like Dirty Souled Dolls. She is credited in the film Cindy Schubert.
Oh, she has a stage name?
She's Cindy Schubert in the foot fetish videos.
Schubert,
get it? Schubert.
You know what was weird? Did you look at the pictures, Howard?
Yeah.
Because it was weird. Not only is she tied up sometimes, but the other weird stuff is that she's not tied up, and guys are tied up, and she's like almost like a dominatrix.
I like that. But you know what's funny? I watched Joe Millionaire, and this chick's been coming across as like uptight and conservative.
Yeah.
Goody-goody.
You would never get this.
And I believed it. She didn't seem like a porn chick. She's too good an actress to be doing porn. She needs the Academy Award, this chick. Because I got news for you. I thought she was like a real goody two-shoes.
Oh, yeah, straight-laced.
Yeah. But over on SmokingGun.com, which I didn't realize is Court TV's website.
It is? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It is. I'm shocked because I'll tell you what. Now I know who to go after. Smoking Gun's a weird website. They print the layout and where you live and... So I'm going to find out who the head of Court TV is and start taking pictures of his house and putting it up on my website and then get the layout of his house and put it up on my website so that all of America can see it.
It was on Smoking Gun that I saw Fred's, name-changing page.
Yeah, they've been pretty mean to us. Yeah. I tell you, early on, they took me in a deposition describing what I do and just said, Gary's an idiot. Here's what he says he does for a living.
Yeah.
They've been pretty mean to us.
Yeah, well, now that we know who's running the deal.
Well, it used to be a guy. It just used to be some guy and his wife.
Yeah, well.
So they must have sold it.
Court TV has it now. And now that I know who owns it, I know how to get back at him.
Yeah, they got my entire report.
Is that right? Well,
pictures?
Who owns Court TV? What company?
I don't know.
Well, we'll get to the bottom.
It might be Time Warner, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I think the same thing.
I'll start with the president of Court TV, and we'll work our way up the Time Warner chain and see if we can't wreck their lives now.
No, they're pretty much wrecked.
Yeah, be careful. You might end up at Mal at some point.
Hey, so be it.
I was going to say, there's only 3 companies that could own it, right?
But did you hear how much money Time Warner's lost? They lost a record amount of money last year.
Yeah. Well,
how much?
Like $100 billion.
The dumbest merge on the planet was AOL, because where are you going to grow with that thing?
Obviously
AOL.
down. You're going to grow down.
Why would you? What the hell were they thinking? Time Warner was
a real, bummer move for them.
Time Warner was a pretty good company.
Yeah. They were soaring.
Yeah. AOL, man.
They've lost more money in 1 year than any corporation ever has.
Wow.
I'll have the record.
Wow.
They're the town and country of companies.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Joe Millionaire. Bachelorette, I didn't see the end.
I didn't either. It was 90 minutes long last night, so only
really?
Part of it. I saw 2 dates.
Lloyd once again sent over a copy of Bachelorette with no ending.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I'll go tell the ending to the world. Do me a favor. But that broad is hot, but she is so effing annoying. Trista. And she thinks she's really like a superstar now. It's so annoying. When she goes home to visit their families...
It's like a star walking. It's like Julia Roberts is coming to dinner.
I tried watching it last night for the first time, and I felt so embarrassed for the guy.
Yeah.
I was getting like douche chills. I had to turn it off.
All those guys writing poems, singing songs. It would be really kind of cool if just one of them walked in and said, you know what? You are... I can't say the C word, but you are a cod. You are a cod. You are a sunt. You are such a sunt.
She just lays back and lets them hang themselves with their words, too.
I know.
It's brutal.
But, boy, she laughs and smiles at everything all these guys say. I mean, she's on like a major role.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah. She just comes off real phony.
Yeah, I don't know how any of these families is buying that she's into their sons, and they all are.
I like these guys, too. Last night, all 4 guys brought her home to their families.
Right.
I don't know why so many of these guys care what their parents think about the women they're dating.
They all seem to. It all seems to be very important to them.
First of all, I wouldn't ask my dad's opinion if he was married to some of the women those guys' mothers look like. I mean, they look like train wrecks. You know? And what are these guys, 16 years old? That's when who cares what your mom thinks?
Yeah. Oh, it's very important that she get along with my mother.
Yeah.
You should be on that show.
I know.
Because you know what happened if they came home? You'd say, all right, son, come here, listen, you better get a prenup, find out what this,
Oh, please. Oh, you know what I would do to her? I would just say, you know what, I have to bow out of this because, you know what, you are retarded.
No, Gary doesn't have you as one of the bachelors. He has you as the dad.
Yeah,
the dad.
If you were one of the dads.
I'm the dad?
No, but if you were one of the dads.
Thanks, Gare.
You would pull the kid right off to the side and say, listen, this chick's out of her mind.
I'm not the dad. I'm not old enough to be a dad.
It's got to the point where you're the dad.
Yeah, that's what Gary sees you as.
Oh, God, was that point missed by all but you?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyone who's close to their parents is automatically suspicious to me. I mean, who the hell gets along with their parents to the point that they care? I mean, did you ever bring your boyfriend home to your mother and ask her what she thought?
No.
Who cares?
It was like...
You saw who she married?
12 years old, yeah.
She married that child-molesting moron. That was your father.
Stayed with him. Even when he was exposed.
Like your mother would know who to marry.
I would never take her judgment on anything.
Right. You know. Who did she end up eliminating? I don't even know.
Who? Trista, I didn't see the end.
No. Anybody see it?
No, I had to turn it off.
I told you, I could only stay up for 2 dates. But
Hey,
I'll
take a guess.
Apartment. You should have seen her look.
I'll guess it's the guy with the tiny apartment.
Yes.
She's so stupid, she doesn't realize in Manhattan that apartment can cost you $2,000 a month.
Absolutely. She walked in, her nose went way up in the air. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So you know she's not picking the fireman either, because he's got no money. But
I took the same guess. Do you want me to tell you who
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy.
That's the guy.
Had to be.
The guy played the guitar. He's from New York, but he had a small studio apartment, and the bitch turned on him.
And it was a wreck.
Yeah.
But Howard, how big of a douche chill was it when he did that Rhapsody that he's the song that he sang to her when he was giving her a present?
I don't know. I thought he was singing pretty good, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was... I mean, you didn't hear the whole song, but it wasn't embarrassing.
No, I don't mean in the apartment. You didn't see the end when he goes up and gives her a present? And then he sings this whole kind of rap tune for her, how much he loves her?
Oh, he rapped.
I didn't see that.
He said it was a rhapsody.
Yeah, rhapsody.
I don't think that's the word, John.
That's Gershwin, rhapsody.
No, that's what he called it.
All I know is she's on a date with this guy. She's totally digging him, feeling the chemistry. And she's smiling and laughing on the camera like she always does. But when he opens the door and they walk into that tiny little shabby apartment, her face went stone cold. And I knew right then and there this guy wasn't going to make it. I knew it.
He was down for the count.
Yeah. You can't impress a chick like that with a used motorcycle and that dumb hat he was with. That motorcycle, he didn't have a real cool motorcycle.
He looked like a Nazi SS trooper.
Yeah. In a stupid apartment. He's probably paying $3,000 a month for that apartment. I swear to God.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Quite frankly, he's a writer, and I was wondering where he got the money for that place.
Yeah.
But she was like, ugh.
Man, I can't get rid of this cold. I hate this. I hate winter in New York.
I keep trying to get you to go to a winter location.
You're not kidding.
Robin and I were talking yesterday. Aren't you exhausted? Doesn't the cold just make you tired?
Yeah, it's
it
horrible.
beats you. It just beats the hell out of you.
That's a weird move guys have when they whip out a guitar and start playing for a chick. Unless you're like Bon Jovi or Eric Clapton or Neil Young. That can get annoying real fast to chicks, I think.
Even Tristan, when he was singing, it's like, where do you look when somebody's singing to you?
I know. You know what?
It's so uncomfortable.
Oh.
You look at the door.
Guys have dumb moves, man. You see that on that show.
Yeah.
You know, he's sitting here playing his stupid guitar for her.
If you can play an instrument, it's tough not to do it, but sometimes you have to edit yourself.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're on stage like Eric Clapton playing to 20,000 people, it ain't going to impress a chick.
Yeah, he's clearly not making a good living from it.
Right, if it doesn't pay the bills, forget it.
You're a loser. You know, when you're singing love songs in a tiny little apartment, it's like a bombing on American Idol. Unbelievable. All right, listen, I got to take a break. And when we come back, we got a huge show for you today. Win Fred's money. James Brown's going to stop by with Janie, the cleaning lady, to interpret.
Today's the day.
Yucko. Oh, there he is. Come on, baby. Sing it. Yeah.
Get on up. Get up. Get on up.
All right.
Stay on the scene.
Come on.
Get on up. Like a sex machine. Get on up.
I understand that.
Get on up.
Yucko the Clown's going to join us for the news. That could be a big mistake. But we'll see how it goes. And Nick Ferguson's even going to stop by from the New York Jets.
I'm a little worried about Nick and Yucko being in the same room.
Well, we'll see.
Yucko knows how to act. He'll see this guy and he'll calm down.
Oh, yeah, Yucko could behave.
Stay on the scene. Like a sex.
I hope James Brown can hang around and interpret Yucko. What's James Brown doing these days?
I think he's got a gig at the House of Blues. He's still playing gigs. How old do you think James Brown is?
70.
70-something, yeah.
And he looks good. Black people age well, Robin.
But it says something about that dancing, you know. He keeps it in shape.
Yeah. I wonder if
I don't think he runs. I think he just dances.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back right after this. All together now.
King of all media. He's a handsome man. He's a king. Howard Stern. Howard Stern.
Turn him up now.
Howard Stern. Got a scene in the peanut. Howard Stern. Above the nation. Hail to the king. Howard Stern. Howard Stern.
It is so nice to have Robin Quivers.
I feel naked.
God, my fantasies come true.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Howard Stern. Yeah. All right. Come on, here we go.
Hey now.
Leave me alone.
Hey now.
All right.
Let me alone. Let me alone. Let me be, will you? Why me? Why me? Why do they have to be me?
I've never written a poem for a girl.
But you can't write poetry, can you?
Roses are red and blue is the sky. I know you're going to end up banging some other guy.
That's nice.
So why should I put myself out?
It's honest.
That chick Tristan now, she's not going to marry any of those guys. She's waiting now for Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. She's starting to think she's a big celebrity.
A star of her caliber.
Yeah. The There's an actor named Michael Madsen who maybe is a fan of the show because he wrote a whole bunch of poems. He wrote a book of poems.
Oh, yeah?
And I read them, and I'm like, poetry. A friend of mine actually just sent me a book of poetry, a doctor friend of mine who, said, hey, he was thanking me for a gift I sent him, and I'm like, I'm trying to get into it, but I have just never understood poetry.
Right.
Like, write down your thoughts.
People who write poetry.
I don't understand why I like poetry.
Or should.
Or should, yeah. Because I don't like it.
I don't understand the people who read it and go, oh, did you read Maya Angelou? I've never understood that.
Yeah, this guy Michael Madsen, I guess, he's an actor. He was in Reservoir Dogs, and I don't even know who he is, but...
He's a good actor. He's the guy who was really crazy in Reservoir Dogs and cut off the guy's ear.
Like, listen to this. A man alone is a funny thing. I went to see an Asian woman beauty pageant at the Desert Inn in Las Vegas. Some of them were beautiful, and some of them were not. There was a catalog on the table where I sat, wanting to leave. The men were cheering and clapping, and I missed my woman in Los Angeles. Now, I understand that. That's a pretty interesting thought. It's like, you know what? I've been, like when I went to that club, Rehab, it made me miss my chick even more. So I get the guy's thought, but why can't I just say, you know what? Whenever I go to, like, a strip club or something, sometimes I miss my girlfriend.
But let me ask you, why is that a poem?
Not sure. Don't even know what a poem is, really. It doesn't rhyme.
I sometimes think that, they're supposed to rhyme or have some structure to them. Why? That sounds like random thoughts to me.
I mentioned in one of these.
That's why.
And actually, I really like it.
Oh, so you like poetry?
Well, I like what I mentioned in a poem. And he mentioned me in a way that I enjoy.
All right, what did he say?
I don't want to go through. It's a long poem, but it says, disc jockeys who want to be Howard Stern. Like he's talking about the effing wick and the candle, dead batteries, bad charcoal, flat tires and traffic. Disc jockeys who want to be Howard Stern. Say all the things he hates. Enough, enough, enough. I love that.
That is good, but it's almost like Larry King's article.
That's a list, yeah.
Well, you got to read the whole poem. That happens to be a good one.
Oh, poem. He's not even a poet. I resent this.
All right, listen to this. It's from page 94 from a poem called T-Bird. Rathbuns in custody. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Kelly Lang loves to say over and over and over on the news, Howard Stern for president, man.
Wow.
I like that.
Oh, see, if he keeps mentioning you, he's a poet.
Yeah. Any poem with my name in, I like it.
The effing wick and the
read
candle.
the whole book if he put you in every one.
Yeah, so here's his... I'll give him a plug because he mentioned me positively, but it's beyond me why anyone would read poetry.
Walt Whitman's a poet.
A Blessing of the Hounds by Michael Madsen. Introduction by Quentin Tarantino, another guy who knows how to be obscure. His movies are like poems.
I get his movies. Don't get his poetry.
There you go. Anyway, so, yeah, I got a book of poems from my friend. And I really sat down.
Who is this friend?
My friend, Dr. Bob Baker, my doctor for a long time now.
And he likes poetry.
He said he sometimes reads this book with someone he loves. That's right.
With someone he loves?
Yeah. I guess she explains it to him. Because I can't.
What do you mean? They sit there with the book together?
Yeah, I think they drink have a nice glass of wine together as a married couple, and they read the poems and discuss them.
Oh, my God.
I wrote a poem to my girlfriend in high school. I remember the first line.
What was it?
I swear to God, I wrote this. I love you more than the sun when it sets. I love you more than the Yankees or Jets.
Wow. I like that. See, I understand that.
I wrote that in summer. I wrote that in summer.
Romantic.
I want to get back to this reading a book together. That's funny.
I don't know that he does that. I'm assuming.
You're imagining.
Yeah. I'm imagining what goes on in the Baker household. But I thought it was nice that somebody would send me anything, so.
That is nice.
I'm not unappreciative. I just, I got to get into reading poetry. I don't know.
Why?
Somebody sends me a book, I got to read it.
Oh, you're nuts.
Yeah, I take a shot at it. You know me. What have I read? 3 books my entire life?
I'm sure poetry is going to be right up your alley.
I'm sure it'll last for a minute. I have very low reading comprehension because I don't understand poems. I don't even understand what people are talking about.
If the poetry is good, you will understand it. But these hacks, I don't know why they keep writing.
And as soon as I see that guy on Bachelorette writing poetry, I'm like, what is he having his period the same day as Trista?
Yeah, what did he say to her when they were ending? They were up there on that mountain looking at the sunset, and he poured her a glass of wine, and he said something poetic.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Enough with the poems. You know. The guy's a fireman. Show some balls, you freaking douche. Poem.
Come on.
And And then each guy had to get a birthday present for Tristan.
Right. In fact, the guy, the host of the show said, don't be stupid. Come with something.
You know, it's funny, in 10 years when she's not hot anymore, no one's going to be giving her any birthday presents.
She'll be lucky, yeah, to get a mixer.
Yeah. The guitar guy started rapping to her, and Tupac Shakur jumped out of his grave.
Yo, D!
Shut up.
Who are you, David Letterman? It's Tupac Shakur.
And the one guy writes his own songs, so he wrote out all of his songs for her birthday gift. And I'm saying to myself,
it?
Yeah, I go, why not just give her a bag of duty?
Oh, no wonder
excrement.
she kicked him off the show.
Yeah. She already has made up her mind to pick that guy Charlie, the male model-looking dude, the rich guy.
I don't think that's going to be the guy.
Oh, it is. There's no question. I'll bet money on it.
All right, how much you want to bet?
Give me my 300 back. You want to go 300?
Sure.
Yeah, Charlie's the winner.
No way.
Who do you think is?
I'm betting on the fireman.
No.
Wow.
This chick is not going out with any firemen.
Look at her. She was saying that she gets butterflies when he touches her.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's not butterflies. That's a stomach ache.
I've never seen the show, but I'll take Charlie.
I guess your no gambling edict is off. I heard you dropped $5 grand in Vegas.
Oh, good, man.
Oh, bad.
It's true.
I bet the under, yeah.
It was free money. What happened?
Brutal. Brutally bet.
You just bet the under? You didn't bet on Oakland?
I just bet the under. I just said I'm going to focus on one bet, and I'll tell you, it was...
You just got killed. When did you know?
Well, the last time, when Tampa Bay scored the last touchdown in the first half to make it 20-3, I said there's no way it's not going over now, because Super Bowls, everybody wants to score a touchdown. So it had to stay under 20, I thought, in my head, to get it. And
Yeah, but at 23, you stood a chance.
Yeah, but usually...
What was the under, by the way?
44.
Oh, my God.
Right,
So
he yelled that out on Friday.
Yeah, so all they had to do was just score what they scored in the first half, and I lost, and they always score more in the second half in the Super Bowl, usually.
Well, who knew Tampa Bay's defense was so good?
And they scored more than the under on their own.
Yeah, yeah.
So what'd you do? You put $5 grand on just the under?
This is going to sound like I have a gambling problem, but... There's no way to avoid that now. But I made good money for the weekend, more than that. So I said, what the hell?
What'd you make money on?
Stand-up.
Oh, you mean the money you earned?
The money I earned.
I thought you meant gambling.
No. The money I earned.
So you went out there for free, in essence?
Well, no, I made more than, $5 grand. But...
What'd you make, like 10 grand? So then you
gave half back.
You gave back half back.
But he still has to pay taxes.
Right. Yeah.
So he didn't even bring home half.
Right.
It's funny because I bet Artie on the over-under. I didn't know anything about anything, solely based on the fact when Artie said it was a lock, I said, okay, I'll take the other one.
You know how I look at it, Artie? When someone flies you out to Vegas and gives you 10 grand for appearing for an hour, I say, I just won the lottery.
Exactly.
And then I put the money in the bank.
I'm very lucky.
You already won.
Yeah.
Why would you try to win more?
Because...
Now you lost.
No, I lost.
If you stop gambling, you win every time you go out to Vegas.
I know. Vegas is great if you don't like to gamble. It's like a resort. It's awesome. But if you like to gamble, it's just you're in a frenzy.
Yeah.
So you get there and you can't stop gambling.
That's called a problem.
Yeah.
Now, were you at the tables as well?
I went to the tables.
Did you bring your girlfriend?
Yeah, Dana came.
Yes.
So that
slows you down.
That
slowed you down a little,
yeah.
Like she wants to go out to eat. Like, you know what? When I go to Vegas by myself,
or
Atlantic City, I don't eat. Eat. Why do I eat? Just bring me some food at the table. Let me keep drinking and eating.
She says
you go with a chick. She's like, we want to go to dinner and we want to see a show.
Well,
when Beth came out to Vegas, we went to dinner. We saw a show. I didn't even get to gamble.
Dana said to me,
yeah, it slowed me down a little. Otherwise, I'd be there day and night.
Dana said to me, are we going to get to see the White Tigers? And I said, only if they're at the craps table.
Yeah, they have to bring them right in front of the table.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got to walk them through the casino.
Only one of them's rolling the dice.
Does Dana knows that you put down these bets?
Yeah.
Does it affect your weekend? In other words, once the game's over?
Yeah, it completely.
You're depressed, right?
Look, again, it's that feeling of giving away money, and I went to a great Super Bowl party at the MGM Grand. It was awesome, and it was ruined for me.
Don't you feel like a loser, too, like in front of your chick, like you lose the 5 Gs, and then you're like walking around like trying to explain that you're not a loser, that you really made a lot of money this weekend?
Right, yeah.
But you really didn't.
Yeah, she kind of picked up on that.
Well, how much did you lose at the table?
I ended up down 500 at the table.
So even there you lost.
5,500.
And what'd you lose in here?
Oh, I got everybody's money. I just paid Fred. I lost about 200 in here.
So that's 5,700.
Right. Yeah, we don't count that.
And then you had to go out and eat and do whatever you did, so you dropped probably another $1,000 on just
everything was comped.
Really?
Yeah, they took care. This place, the Suncoast Casino, where we played, they gave me a suite, the nicest hotel suite I've ever been in.
Really?
To play football and thing.
Really?
And, everything was comped, but, they knew I was going to gamble. I mean, they made the money.
They knew.
Yeah, give Artie the world. He'll give it right back.
Exactly. So,
Artie never leaves a winner.
You know what sucked, too? They had the most awesome buffet at this MGM Grand thing. So once I lost the under, it was a guarantee. I just stopped drinking. I was all mad and went to the eating section of the night.
Right, to comfort yourself.
I had, a buffet has all different things. I had on my plate 2 roast beef sandwiches and a piece of pizza.
Oh.
And it was not like depressed. I lost money eating,
Yeah.
And then that night I had to fly to L.A. I get to the Vegas airport. There's slot machines in Vegas airport.
Yes.
And you just hear the ka-ching of the slot machines, and I went to Burger King.
Because the Burger King can keep you away from the slots.
You know what?
I got a cheeseburger, and I hear the slots going. I wanted to punch somebody in the face.
Artie hits all cylinders. He drinks too much, he gambles too much, and he eats too much.
Yeah.
Artie's got some kind of hole he's trying to fill. And, man, he's going to either fill it with money or booze or food.
Let's hope it's money.
Unbelievable.
The funny thing is Artie put his hand on Jason's shoulder, our computer guy, on Friday and goes, listen, Jason, free money, bet the under.
Oh.
So Jason bet the over and won.
He bet the over.
Yeah.
And I stayed off that bet
See, I was blaming Artie because I took Oakland and lost. I thought you bet Oakland.
No, I stayed away from the game. Although when I got to Vegas, a bunch of people there, the word on the street there was Tampa was a lock, and God, that was...
So true.
Yeah.
But he just said he'll put money on Charlie, so you're losing that 300.
Yeah, don't put any money on Charlie.
Look, I'll stay away from Charlie.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard, maybe I'm the wrong person to be giving Artie this, but you guys just gave me a test for problem gambling. I got a couple questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. Have you ever attempted to go back and gamble the next day, wishing to win the money you had lost the previous day?
Oh, my God, of course. Question? What am I
could have answered that.
Have you ever told people that you won money when you actually lost?
Yes.
Oh.
Of course.
Without question. I did it this week.
Just fill in yes to every question. No need to go through this.
I want to hear the questions.
My mother thinks I won this weekend.
Have you ever felt that you have a gambling problem yourself?
Yes. Right now.
Have you ever gambled excessive amounts of money and time over your budget?
Absolutely.
Oh.
And he says it proudly.
I mean, I'm not even proudly.
He's not even a little bit unsure of the answer. It's an absolute yes.
Yeah, it's like the first grade question.
Is there anyone who has criticized you for your gambling behavior?
Look around. Throw a rock.
Have you ever felt guilty about gambling and its consequence?
Yes.
Have you ever tried to quit gambling but were unable to?
Yes.
Have you ever tried to hide your gambling behavior to your family members?
Absolutely.
I want to bet on the next question.
Have you ever had conflicts with your family or roommates due to gambling?
Yes.
Have you ever been unable to pay back your debt due to gambling?
For a little while, yeah.
Yeah, that's a yes.
It always got paid, but for a little while.
It was yes.
All right, yeah.
Two more questions. Have you ever been absent from work due to gambling?
Yes.
That was on Mad TV?
Yeah, I probably... And a couple times as a longshoreman, a couple of days where...
Oh, it's a long term?
Bet you didn't show up.
Couldn't get out of bed. But there was a combination of gambling and drinking.
Right.
Don't you have to hit like 7 of 10? Artie's got the first 9.
This is the only test Artie's ever going to get 100 on.
Yeah. This is like getting a perfect score on the SAT.
I bet there's a lot of guys who could answer yes to all these questions.
Not really.
Wow. Compulsive gamblers.
Maybe not the word thing.
It's a lot of guys. It's also you.
Right.
Hey, so when you couldn't get out of bed, see, I assumed you couldn't show up at work because people were looking for you.
No, it never got like that. I mean, I owed this one guy money for a while, but he was a guy I knew, and he knew I did.
So why couldn't you get out of bed from gambling?
Just because of the depression.
Oh, okay.
All
right, go ahead.
Okay.
That's better.
Have you ever tried the following in order to pay your debt? Family expenses?
What do you mean?
Like if you didn't pay your rent to pay your...
No, I never did that, no.
Your spouse?
Never had a spouse.
Well, wait a second.
You don't even have these things.
The question is, has anything you ever wanted to do with your girlfriend suffered monetarily because you needed the money for gambling?
Sunday night.
Oh, when you put it that way, yes.
You have to gear the questions.
I knew there was no in there.
Yeah, no, there was. Sunday night, actually.
All right, how many more questions are there? I think it's clear that Artie's a gambler.
Okay, you want the thing? Okay.
Have you ever been a gay prostitute as a result of your gambling?
Yeah, given sex to a man.
That's a no.
Artie, have you ever sold a piece of furniture or something in your house to pay a gambling debt?
I sold a couple of old, very valuable baseball cards a couple of times. I sold a 64 Pete Rose. It was the worst thing I ever did to pay off this guy. And this one I didn't have $200 to my name. I sold it for like $150. It was worth $300. And,
sorry to hear that.
How much is it worth now?
I don't know.
Baseball cards are worthless.
Yeah, well, not a 64 Rose, you know.
Hey, are you with the scoring?
Go ahead.
Well, we know it's 100%, right?
Give yourself 1 point for every yes. Now, please add up the scores. If you have 0, congratulations. You don't have a gambling problem. If you have 1 to 4 points, that means you have signs of a gambling problem. 5 or more, you have lost control.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so there's the Artie update.
Artie got 11 points.
Yeah. Artie broke the record. Ralph, you're on the air.
He's off the scale. He's pinned.
I wanted to thank Artie because I was talking to him Sunday, and I had already bet Tampa, and he told me that he was betting $5,000 on the under. So I immediately hung up the phone and bet the over to it and won a ton of money because I took both of them.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What'd you bet on the over?
I bet the over, and I took Tampa.
Yeah, but how much?
On a reverse.
What'd you bet on the over?
Oh, I put them together, and I bet $500.
Wow. See, talking to Artie can help you.
How much you get?
$2,000.
Wow.
So, Artie, thank you.
No problem, Ralph.
Artie,
how good you are for people.
Wouldn't you have more fun just like opening a window and just throwing your money out of it?
No.
Seeing it all fly everywhere?
You know what I think with Artie? Like, instead of $5,000 on one bet, why not $1,000 on 5 bets?
Yeah.
No, he because this one was free money. He knew.
But Artie even knew. He's in Vegas, and he tells me it's a lock. Everybody on the street, everywhere, he goes, great bet. I said, so you going to bet it? No, I'm sticking with the under. Sticking with the loss.
I like the under, man. Well, you got to go with instincts.
But your instincts have been horrible.
Yeah, you should go the opposite of your instinct.
I've had winning streaks, too.
But it gets confusing. What is the opposite of your instincts, you know?
I know. He's saying he's had winning streaks. Not as long as you're losing.
Right. Well.
All right, Ralph, thank you. Fabulous. Always good when Ralph wakes up early. We get his input throughout the show.
Oh, boy.
He called me over the weekend to tell me he was betting Tampa.
Yeah.
I called him back, and he tells me, like, you know, he did that thing where he said Tampa's got those great uniforms, and I'm sitting there going, this is ridiculous.
I know.
And I'm yelling at him, and, of course, he's the one who wins 2 Gs. It's horrible.
Oh, that's
depressing.
Yeah, he called me before the game and said, hey, I heard you're taking Oakland. You want to do any last-minute action? I didn't call him back.
Yeah.
I want to hear about it. Yeah. So, anyway,
well,
Artie's back. All right, listen, I got a whole bunch of things to talk about here. First of all, this is weird. For anybody who listens to us in New York, I just found out about this from Gary, that from now on, starting, I think, when does it start?
February 1st.
Okay.
Which is, I think, it's Saturday.
Yeah. Starting this Saturday, whenever you dial somebody's telephone,
oh, yeah,
you have to dial the area code.
All the numbers.
Even if you're in the same area code.
Yeah, if you live in 212 and you're calling a 212 number, you have to dial 212.
So now you have to reprogram your cell phone, your speed dial on your phone at work, at home, and your fax machines and everything have to be reprogrammed.
Now, why are they doing that? Because think about it. I thought this through. All right, they're saying the only logical reason they would do this is they're saying they're running out of phone numbers.
Right.
So you have to dial 212 if you're in the 212 area code. But that doesn't free up any phone numbers.
Not in 212.
No.
But they can use that number right outside of 212, I guess. In, like, 718.
All right, let's say your number is 35, okay, for argument's sake. And I dial 212-35.
Mm-hmm.
How does that free up any numbers for them?
There's area codes within New York City now, different area codes,
right.
Like 646 and other area codes.
Right, so I'll dial 646.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't still see how that frees up any number.
I don't know.
Think about it.
But you can use 35 and 646 and 212 and 718 and 917.
Well, why can't you do that now?
Yeah, you could still do that now.
I don't know.
Hey, see, there's no logic.
I think because everybody, I think they wanted to make it equal.
That's ridiculous.
Well, equality is very big in this country.
So even if you're in 212, you have to dial all the numbers.
It's so stupid.
You mean Al Sharpton's behind this?
Well, anyway, so maybe because, like, foreigners come here and they don't know they're in 212 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a damn
Why do we care about them?
I don't know. I really don't care about
Let
them.
them learn the rules.
I'm surprised that you haven't heard about it because they're running these commercials.
No, I don't think anybody really listens to the commercials on radio.
Well, I was ignoring it because I heard it like 6 months ago. They said it was coming, but then, heard a commercial the other day, like, starting in 4 days, you better be ready.
Right, I had started using all the numbers because I knew it was coming in, but it never happened, so I stopped.
Well, anyway, so that's happening, and I find that highly annoying. I hate it.
Well, I think in other parts of the country, people have had to do this for a long time, and so they're just dragging us along.
Ralph has a reason for this. Is he going to call all morning?
Yes, because we're his friends.
What's the reason?
This is important information.
Don't call all morning.
Robin's right. They had a guy talking about it, and it's just to make it even.
Wow.
To make it fair for everybody. They say making it fair. It's like you don't have... Because you have to dial 646 across the street, so just to make it easier...
But why would you want to be fair? I mean, that's not fair. It makes it harder. It's not making it fair.
That's what that's what the guy who's implementing the program...
It's the goddamn dumbest thing in the world. It's not... I mean, who wants equality in that way? To make it more difficult.
It's stupid. You have to do that in New Jersey. You have to dial there.
Howard, what Ralph is trying to say, which is what he told me, is that because if you have a 212 number, you could dial people and just dial the number,
Right.
Okay, but I have a 646 number. If I want to dial 212, I got to put 1.
Yeah, but at 646, you don't have to dial 646.
Yeah, but there's not that many 646s. That's a new number, so
but who cares? I mean, but
you know that if you're calling somebody 212, and if you're in 212, I mean,
why would you want to punish
enough to know to have to dial 646?
Yeah, in essence, they're punishing people who have the 212s because
you're still going to have to dial 212. So who cares about equality? Make it convenient for the people who...
Yeah, no, it is ridiculous, but that's...
You still now have to go into your cell phone and
Oh, I think it's the dumbest thing, but that's Ralph's explanation. He just didn't explain it.
Ralph doesn't know anything.
That's what they explained.
All right, thank you.
That's what they said.
All right.
I sort of remember this being the rationale when they first enacted it.
So stupid.
It's a stupid reason.
Stupid.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, there are a lot of stupid things.
Did you watch American Idol at all last night?
No, not last night.
It was just, it's so good, man.
I got some tape. I think these are old. Oh,
what, was this more auditions last night?
Last night they took it down from 240 people to the final 32.
Oh.
And Gary just got into American Idol. Didn't watch it the entire last season. And I'm like one of those guys, don't come into American Idol late.
Yeah, you're just jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
I'll tell you something. When you watch that show, you think that every black man in this country is gay.
I know.
It's just
you believe how many black, gay, untalented guys there are?
Well, one of the funny things that happened last night was there's a guy, I don't know that he's gay, but he's very effeminate, and he didn't make it.
The one who went Hercules?
No, that was a different guy.
No. He made it.
He made it, I think. But there's a different guy. Marcus, did you see a guy named Marcus? He smiles all the time. When he didn't get it, well, first of all, when they announced to a room full of people that they didn't make it, it looks like there was an assassination. This woman literally falls to the ground and gets in the fetal position and starts sobbing and pounding on the ground. And watching men cry over this is very disturbing.
Well, people have nothing in their lives.
But this black guy, this very effeminate black guy, he storms out of the room, starts knocking over things. It was just very funny to watch. And they followed him, and it's like, they don't know anything what they're talking about. They're going to be so sorry.
I got some good American Idol tapes and stuff. I'm going to play all that when I get back. I got to take a quick break, and then I'm going to play all that when I get back. Win Fred's money today also. Okay. James Brown stopping by with Janie the cleaning lady, who will interpret James Brown in case you have trouble understanding him.
I can't wait to meet James Brown. That's great.
Oh, yeah. He's a good guy.
Yep.
He's a good guy.
Actually played with us once. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I played with him.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
The countdown. The Godfather is so. Whenever you feel like quitting, you quit, okay?
Come here, sister. Papa's in the swing. At your hip. Good God. That new big thing.
That's Gary on the trumpet. I know.
Ain't no drag. Papa's got a brand new bag. Come here, mama. And take the fade and see you. Yeah, baby. And your face I'm 19. Right now, right? Hell yeah. Oh, brand new bag. That's right.
Gary's good.
Oh, hi, Mike Tuttle. That's my drummer. He's funky.
I think we better end this.
What'd you say?
How do you get out of this song?
Head off, Gary.
Take it out.
Gonna have a funky good time. Papa's got a brand new bag. All right.
I can't believe you did that.
Howard Stern Show.
Thank you, darling. All right. You're sexy. I was just reading some articles. Remember the guy I guess he was on Oakland who didn't show up, the center?
Yes, yes, I've been wondering what happened to him.
Barrett Robbins is the guy's name. Was incoherent and didn't know where he was the night before the Super Bowl. Raiders coach Bill Callahan said yesterday in his first public comments about the troubled All-Pro center. Robbins, who has a history of depression, spent Super Bowl Sunday in a San Diego hospital after disappearing from the team's hotel the night before.
Yeah, I knew he was in a hospital during the game.
The 6'3", 300-pound linebacker reportedly had stopped taking his medicine for depression. He missed a team meeting, a position meeting, and a walk-through practice Saturday. It turns out a guy who says he was among a group that drank with Robbins the day before the Super Bowl told the San Francisco Chronicle that heavy drinking left the Raiders center despondent and suicidal. He was crying and totally depressed about his life and the pressure he was under. He's the center.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, Super Bowl's pressure, but you're the center. It's not like you're the quarterback.
I mean, what is the real pressure? It's something you do every week anyway, play football.
Being a center is kind of like being the tuba player in an orchestra. It's not essential that you're there.
Or the guy who plays the cymbals. Nobody's going to miss you.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you know what? Cymbals are a nice accent. You could say it's necessary.
Yeah, but if you're not there, nobody will notice.
Did you ever really notice the cymbals in the 1812 overture?
I don't know. He's an all-pro center, though. That helps your running game if you got a
Oh,
center.
he's the reason Oakland lost?
Well, he would have helped.
But, dude, absolutely right. But I'm saying, what pressure is he under? He's the center.
It's not nearly as much pressure as the other guy.
Right. It's like being Fred. You know? He comes in.
All roads lead to me.
Well, if he talks, he talks. If he doesn't, he doesn't. There's no real pressure.
That's right. I suck.
I didn't say you suck.
Nobody said you sucked.
I said you're like the center.
You're pretty much meaningless. Is what you reduced me to.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. All right.
That's your view on life. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion.
I don't think that way.
Oh, yes, you do.
I think you're like the center.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's all.
And what
You're there.
What do you call the
do
center?
your job.
Some of you don't miss if he's there or if he isn't there. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Well, they put in another center. I didn't notice this guy.
Well, you noticed they lost, didn't they?
No, if you were not here, the show would suffer. But not in the same way if I wasn't here. Or Robin, let's say.
But you diminish my role.
Yes.
There you go. Pretty much.
You're important. You're important.
They don't do a game without a center, Fred.
That's right. Hey, look, Oakland lost without their center.
See? There you go. Let that be a lesson to you.
But somebody has to be there.
Meanwhile, I keep, like, putting my hand down my pants.
With Fred?
On my butt. No, on my butt, and then smelling my hand.
Why do you do that?
I just have nervous tics when I do the show.
I thought you said you were over this OCD thing.
No, it's a tic. It's not a...
That's OCD.
No, OCD is when you have to do something. I don't have to do it.
Well, stop.
I was just doing it, and I didn't realize. And I said, gee, this is weird. I'm arguing with Fred and smelling my hand.
Take it and put it on the desk and leave it there for the rest of the show.
I did.
You know, I wish Jay Leno had that nervous tic. The Tonight Show would be way better.
So far, no smell in my hand. Come here, smell my hand, Robin.
It's where you're putting it. It's your butt.
My butt crack.
Oh, no.
All right, there's a faint smell.
You're disgusting.
Oh, actually, there is.
Oh, my God. Oh.
What
Fred, come smell.
What's wrong?
I love to smell. I love to smell myself.
Good Lord, I'm going to put you in a cage.
I'm in love with me and my odors. Oh, Jesus, I was in bed with Beth last night, and I ripped one. I've been sick, you know. And I've been eating a lot to try to get rid of my cold. You know, that's what I do. I think somehow if I eat more, I'll get rid of it.
And you're eating late, probably.
And also it soothes my throat and everything, so I'm laying in there. And I just had to rip one. I just said, you know what, I'll leave the covers down. And then I ripped it, and I forgot that I ripped it. And she was like, what did you do? It's like something died. It's like, I saw you.
I saw you farting next to Beth.
Hey, by the way, the I saw you lady already I played it yesterday. She
was great. She was in the chair.
3 voicemails in a row. You didn't get to hear it.
Oh, damn.
She was good.
I want her to put out an album.
Yeah, wait, I'll play them for you. Let's see if I can find them.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, I missed you while he was playing them. Because you couldn't participate.
All right, wait, here. I got a lot of stuff to play, but here, let me just finish this. This guy, we're talking about the Center for Oakland. The guy was messed up. All he could think about was his family and his 2 daughters. He was talking about killing himself.
What?
Evidently, he was so confused he didn't even know where he was.
Oh, God, that sucks.
His family and his 2 daughters put him in that kind of a tailspin.
Yeah, you know, the kids can be a lot of... He said he had a lot of people to support financially. He was letting them all down. I guess the guy cracked.
Make a good living?
No, I think he cracked.
Linemen don't get paid well, but if you're in the Super Bowl, you can't pull it together for a week. I mean,
you played all year. One more game.
The dude's got a problem, obviously.
He also was supposed to be in the Pro Bowl, so he's missing that, too.
Nice.
And those are extra paychecks.
Way to go.
If he's worried about the finances.
You got to be a little crazy to be in the NFL. But they said he's like bipolar or something. I don't know.
Everybody's bipolar these days.
Who isn't, right?
Yeah, everybody's got a diagnosis.
Yeah, they used to be called Moody.
Here's the I saw you lady.
Howard, I saw that picture of you running in Central Park in this week's Globe magazine. I see you shaving your legs now, Howard. You're supposed to try and look like Russell Crowe, not Sheryl Crow, you big scarecrow.
For the record, though, I don't shave my legs.
Yeah. Another person reporting on you falsely.
Yeah.
I notice you're shaving your legs now, Howard. Oh, my God.
I did notice in the paper that my legs looked very much void of hair, but I got a lot of hair on my legs.
Yeah, you have hairy legs. What happened?
I don't know. I guess it didn't pick up the hair when their telephoto lenses, they were spying on me.
Did the laser miss it completely bare and get your legs by mistake?
I'm on my 3rd treatment at completely bare.
Oh, that's nice.
For my shoulders and arms.
Did you just go, or you have an upcoming appointment?
I got one coming up this weekend.
I see.
I'm going to go over there, see how good they are.
He's at the spa.
Marty, they see you, you're gonna get scared.
I'm thinking about heading over there, though.
Why don't we just
have to call in a special team?
Yeah, why don't we just walk in with a bear? Say, can you remove the hair off this thing? Then she called back.
Howard, I saw that picture of you running in Central Park. And
that's the same one.
Where's the second one?
It's not advancing for some reason. Here we go.
And I also saw that big blown-up picture of your face next to Beth's face in the Star magazine this weekend. You know, you used to look like Barbara Streisand. Now you've morphed into Leona Helmsley. It's a pity. It's just what to say. It's a pitiful pity.
All right.
Jesus.
And one more time.
I saw that picture of you.
You used to look like Barbara Streisand.
What to say?
You've morphed.
It's my birthday. My birthday 2 weeks later, and I still have to talk about it. Oh, my birthday. Robin made a party and took me here, and my parents took me here, and Beth took me here, and Gary and Fred bought me this, and Bon Jovi had to call me on the phone, and Jay Leno has to call me on the phone, and everybody, it's my birthday. You know, I picture you sitting in a big diaper, and when you bend over to blow out your candles on your birthday cake, your nose catches on fire.
I saw you breathing in and out. Fire.
I saw you doing nothing.
I saw you. I would love to strangle her.
Yeah.
She's like every annoying woman. And you know she's lonely and old.
Oh, you're her best friend. Thank God for you.
She looks like Danny DeVito in Batman Returns. She looks like the Penguin.
I saw you dialing 212.
Yeah, I saw you with the new area code.
I think the other guy who's always angry called in 2, and I never got to play that one.
Really?
They're the two Hall of Famers, yeah.
You know who's got to be some of the biggest jerk-offs in the world? These idiots that go down there and stand in front of the Today Show window just to get on TV. They're standing there freezing their balls off like a brass monkey. Stupid suckers do anything to get on TV and wave and put up their corny little mid-America signs. Them and their birthdays and hi, Ma and hi, Dad and Grandma. Them.
I got a ton of good stuff.
Have a point.
Yeah, I like that. I like that guy sometimes.
That was a great riff.
Yeah. That drives me crazy. I have no idea why people would go to the Today Show and stand there.
Come here specifically to do that.
Yeah, they come here specifically to do that. All right, listen.
What are you going to do when you're in New York? I'm going to stand at the Today Show window.
One of the dudes that hates me, and I'm not even sure I remember why, is this old actor, James Garner. He used to be on a show called Maverick.
Yes.
Then he was on a show called
Rockford
Files. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the theme in my head. Couldn't remember the name of the show.
Do that one, Artie?
Anything you need.
And James Garner was like 70, and he had his supposed TV wife was like 20.
Yeah, that made sense.
Yeah.
When was this?
Rockford Files.
He had a wife in that show? I thought he...
Yeah, what was that black-haired woman?
I think he had like an ex-wife or something that he was still friends with, like one of those.
Who was the hot chick with the scratchy voice?
I think that was someone he was involved with on some level, yeah. That was the love interest.
I never watched the show, but I didn't think he had a wife on it.
Oh, see, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so James Garner...
He was banging her, put it that way.
For some reason hates me.
Yes.
I think I know why. What was the why?
I actually have tape of it. I don't know. It was where he was talking about the pay-per-view event, the New Year's Rotten Eve.
Oh, let me hear it.
And apparently he criticized it, and then you jumped on him for that, and then he jumped on you. So this is the first.
Is that how it's...
believe it was even on the screen. It was vile. It's not entertainment. It's some sort of titillation to a very dark side of human beings. If they ever needed censorship, that's where they need it.
But it was pay-per-view. Right. What is he doing watching it?
Yeah, you can't just fall onto it. You had to order it.
He must have hit the wrong porn channel.
No, but apparently he was even mooching. He went over to a friend's house. He didn't even order it himself. He went and saw it at somebody else's home.
All right, so anyway, so the guy hates me, He's an old bag and wouldn't even know what the hell.
Be upset with your friend.
Yeah. So Gary Garver said there's some sort of celebrity James Garner golfing thing going on. So he said, do you want me to go over there? I said, yeah, sure, go over there. So here's what happened. This is good. This was yesterday. It's so funny. Get ready.
How you doing, Mr. Gardner?
Gardner. Right off the bat, he calls him the wrong
Gary's so effed up, he calls him Mr. Gardner.
Like Chauncey Gardner.
Can I ask a couple questions? Who are you with? I'm with 97.1. And who is that? Who's that? Infinity Broadcasting. What advice do you have for young actors? I don't have any advice. What do you think your legacy will be? What? What do you think your legacy will be? I don't have one. Do you still have solid bowel movements? You're going to get it right in the mouth, Buster. I'm not in any mood, okay? Now get your ass away here and tell that Stern he can kiss my butt. Thank you.
You can't fool old Jimmy. I know you're from Stern.
He's a sick man.
Yeah. Buster?
I'm not in any mood.
How many guys say Buster?
100-year-old guys say Buster.
He talks like Robert Blake. Tough guy. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, he's going to take somebody out. He probably has a cane.
Isn't he the guy who got in a traffic accident and some guy kicked his ass?
Yeah, he got beat up in traffic.
You better be careful, Buster.
Yeah, Buster.
I'm going to give it to you right in the mouth. Oh, really? What would that be?
Effing Stern.
Melrose has tape of the black guy crying on American Idol. I didn't hear it. So, all right, play it quick, Melrose. Quickly. Hello? Melrose. Hate him.
I know, you can't keep up. American Idol and The Bachelorette and Star Search all on the same night. What reality show do you watch?
Mike, you're on the air.
Howard, I got a problem with you beeping on us centers. I think we're the best player on the team. We're the most athletic. We got our hands between our legs. We have a guy's hands up our butt. And we got to be able to move around and stop somebody 300 pounds coming through you.
Who are you center for?
Pardon?
Who are you a center for?
I played in college, not at the highest level, Northeastern in Boston.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I couldn't be a center. I think it's a tough thing, but I'm saying it's not the hardest job on the football team. It's not the most pressure. QB, receivers, I think, guys who guard.
There's no spotlight on the center.
Ask the quarterback what he'd do without his center. Ask the quarterback what he'd do without his
I know every guy.
He'd be on his back.
All right, thank you for the lesson in football. Thank you. Of course, we know you have to have a center, but I'm saying...
we weren't saying he's not important. It's just that the pressure is not great.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's more pressure on the guy who kicks the field goal.
Oh, definitely.
That's probably the most pressure on the team, if you think about it.
Oh, no, the quarterback has the most pressure.
I don't know, man. Those field goal players, I mean, they got to line up in overtime. And
I think the guy who dumps the bucket of Gatorade on the coach has a lot of pressure, more than the center.
Yeah, a lot of times that is the center.
All right, so, geez, I got so much tape here I want to play. I want to play a lot of tapes because I got to get them off my desk. I can't even see the equipment anymore. I sit here and work the equipment for the show. There's so many tapes on my desk, I can't see the equipment. So half the time I can't even reach anything.
I can't see the equipment, but I see you.
I saw you with the equipment.
Did you ever get back into that website yesterday for the Carmen Electra video?
You got to see this, Artie.
Really?
I went on a website yesterday.
Yeah.
It's an old video that Carmen Electra did. I think Prince must have written her a song when Carmen Electra was his girlfriend. And just a bunch of naked chicks and Carmen Electra almost naked. And she's singing. And the song is the worst song. But it doesn't hardly matter because the video is so smoking hot. She's so hot.
Yeah. She's young, too.
Even when she's not completely disrobed, she's hotter than the disrobed girl?
Yeah, she's way hot.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's something unbelievably sexy about her. Like Pam Anderson, it's almost indescribable.
Yeah, well, where's the song? I can play the song. The song is so horrendously bad.
Yeah, it's awful.
You got that, Casey? Let me have that.
The fact that the song's bad is sexy, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's idiotic.
Yeah.
And I can't... Prince couldn't have written that. Could he?
Oh, yeah, he could have. The music sounds, pretty good. It's the... What are you doing?
Where did he go?
Just give me the CD. He ran out, he ran in.
Hasn't Prince done that with a lot of chicks? He finds them young and, holds them for a little while and then releases them to the world.
Yeah. He bangs them, essentially. He tells them he's going to make them a recording star.
Yeah.
And then gets rid of them. Just give me the CD.
I don't think he can find it.
Oh. So much for that. I was just going to play that real quick. All right. Do I move on or do I wait for the CD?
He should have it in 2 seconds.
But where is it?
I would move on. I'm having trouble finding it.
Oh, where they take it?
Is it over there? All right. Is that it?
No, that's Mark Harris.
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's in between Mark Harris and Dan the Farter.
You guys look for that and then give it to me. Mark Harris sends me a CD. He's into something new. Guy's so friggin' gay. He now records.
What?
He records, his feelings on the news, but he does it in song.
Oh, no.
And he sends it to me. This is his new thing, so I'll play a little bit of this while you guys look for that Carmen Electra song. Because that's awful.
Speaking of bad music.
See, when I saw the Carmen Electra video, I go, the song's not so bad. Because you're looking at Carmen Electra.
Yeah. It's a good experiment.
Yeah.
See if you can tell how bad this song is when you're looking at her.
Poontang will hypnotize you. Then I played it without seeing it, and I was like, oh, my God, this is the worst song I ever heard. All right, here's Mark Harris, though. You got to hear this. You're going to love this. Here we go.
Michael Jackson's not a top. Hallelujah. He's a bottom and now a flop. Hallelujah. Michael Jackson has no nose. Hallelujah. Now his foot, does it have toes? No one even knows. Adopted children, he has the right. Hallelujah. Gloria Allred is gonna fight. Hallelujah. You know his
place, Never, Never Land has young boys by demand.
Wow.
He's got a whole bunch of different news stories to
But
song.
this is all about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's his Michael Jackson thing. He is whacked.
You know, they say he painted his house red, white, and blue. And a lot of the neighbors are just up in arms.
Yeah, I know, because it's rich people.
In this exclusive neighborhood, and he's making the house a showpiece.
Yeah, he lives there like Steven Spielberg. I think people like that, and they're all up in arms, I think.
The engineer at these recording sessions has got to be a brutal alcoholic, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, how's he not?
Let me just see what else he's got on here, because it's funny.
This is dedicated to Miss Barbra Streisand. You know, she used to be the #1 world singer. Of course, today, she's just a moron.
Uh-oh. For a gay dude to call Barbra Streisand a moron.
She must have really done something horrible.
Well, because her politics.
I know, he's very Republican.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, can you hear me?
What else?
Not Papa. He's at rest with them all.
To a gay man, criticizing Barbra Streisand, it's like a Catholic ripping up a photo of the Pope.
Yes, he is the Holy Grail.
It's a sacrilegious.
Yes.
To disrespect Barbra Streisand and be gay, he's the Benedict Arnold of homos.
He could be drummed out of the Corps.
Yeah, he might have to go straight.
Just
It's like a Jew for Jesus.
because that is your thing.
All right. Just sing because that is your thing.
At least she has a...
Don't be a moron.
Oh.
After all.
Okay. You sucked in for one more?
Yeah, what is the next topic? I can't wait.
I don't know.
Liza, Liza.
I guess it's Michael Jackson, Barbra Streisand, and Liza.
He's hitting all of them. Wow.
He's hitting all of his heroes.
Yeah.
Your dog is dead. I guess that David dear really doesn't even care. Liza, Liza, go and fight. Nobody heard it bark all throughout the entire flight.
What's this about?
I guess Liza's dog was killed on a plane.
Oh.
But you know Mark would like to marry Liza.
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
pissed he didn't go after her.
He missed that one.
Yeah, he got Martha Ray.
If this was a CD, the cover should be Robin's face while she was listening to it. It's the most pain-looking thing.
All right, one more. It's got to be some gay topic. Pretty gay right now.
Yeah.
Rock-a-bye, baby, from the German hotel.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
In Michael's arms, he's the father from hell. And if he coughs, wearing his mask.
Can't you just sing penis, penis, penis?
It's gradually.
That's the only lyrics.
Yeah, it's gradually getting to that.
Yeah. All right, so that's his thing. Oh, I do? Why? What happens? What's he do on
He's
it?
just extremely gay. This whole song. I mean, he's trying to be cute. He's trying to be funny.
Right.
Down to the ground, you might fall on your ass. Hopefully you'll have some duty in your diapers to cushion that fall. Baby face, never, never, never land is such a place. And your
There's no room in show business for this guy.
daddy has an awful face. Surgically, tragically.
I bet Martha Ray's not alive to see her money going down the drain.
Yeah, too bad.
This would kill her if she were alive.
Good thing she's not alive. She'd be dead.
Martha! Why he has to operate when he doesn't masturbate. Baby face. Almost in heaven from his real queer warm embrace.
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
I think
Why do I have to finish this?
All right, I guess you don't. I mean, it's gay enough.
All right.
Is as frightening as Michael Jackson being a father is Mark Harris being a father.
Right.
Apparently that cut has a surprise ending. It gets gay.
No, Howard, this is going to be huge in China, he says.
Oh, yeah?
He's trying to sell it in China.
All right. Because the Chinese have no taste.
How quickly would he be at an American Idol audition if they raised the age limit?
Oh, he'd be down there.
Oh, yes, he'd be right there in line.
So here's the Carmen Electra thing. See, now when you can't see her almost naked...
You can't listen to this.
Yeah. Oh, Fred knows something. Fred. Hey, you there?
Hey.
What do you know about this?
Howard, I just want to tell you that video originally came out probably about 7-8 years ago. It was on a Playboy-produced video called The Babes of Baywatch.
Oh, because... Man, there's like one chick in there playing guitar for Carmen Electra, and she's totally naked. Like
really?
She's playing guitar with a vagina, you know, and...
Yeah, that's why all the girls in there are naked stuff, because all the rest of the girls are Playboy Playmates. But that was around when Carmen Electra, she was the lead singer of that band.
All right, I got it. Okay. Well, anyway, when you hear it without the video, it's like...
2, 4, 6, 8.
If I tell it to you, I want somebody, then I would give it to you, baby, or we could try it. Baby, baby, can't you feel my body? I'm moving closer, closer to your body. 6, 8, oh, I can hardly wait. 5, 9, I gotta make you mine. You got me jumping, baby. A little higher.
I got to tell you, if I was in that recording session and I saw her singing this, I thought it was the greatest thing I ever heard.
Yeah. Great one, Carmen.
You'd be feeding that fantasy.
All right, you see how bad that is right now?
Wow.
But if I showed you the video, you would go, this is really good.
Well, I'm picturing the video, so it's not as bad.
You know what? This might be something you have to get your mother to go buy for you, Artie.
Yeah. What's up?
You guys can throw the video up. It's kind of synced up if you want to show it.
What good is that?
Huh.
None of the people at home can see it.
Artie wants to get shoved up.
Yeah, only Artie can see
That'll be
it.
fun.
All right, you want to see it, Artie?
I want to get all excited for
I've never
James
seen
Brown.
the video. I
All
want
right.
to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, play it.
Ooh, yeah. I know I like it.
Right?
He got a vagina in his
You got vagina in there. And
Yeah, we got a little bush.
The way you play the game, baby.
look at Carmen in a bra and little panties.
So excited.
Oh, my God.
When you touch me.
Now the song's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even hear the song.
That's what I'm saying.
Now the song is Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, you can see that on ifilm.com.
Oh, that's
I found it on there. ifilm.com.
Jesus, look at it.
So everybody went on it yesterday to check it out, and it crashed.
They're all naked, the other ones.
Yeah. And Carmen's in a bra and a little miniskirt. Well, she's a hot chick.
So I guess that's how she got that idea for that Pussycat, whatever it is, show of hers.
Yes. Yes, Robin.
That's how she got that brilliant idea.
All right. I wanted to get to a bunch of tapes and stuff, but I see Winfred's Money is ready to be played. Let me take a couple of phone calls to do Winfred's Money, but I got to get to these tapes because I got to clear them off. Let me see what I got.
What else you got?
All right. I had Gary Garver with James Garner. I played this once. Joey Boots called in the Pat Buchanan show and, like, mentioned my name or something.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
You did actually. Here, I'll play it for you, though. Let me get rid of these tapes.
Right now, we're going to go to our phone calls. Are you more afraid now, after all this media attention on the Beltway sniper, than you were before? Let's go to Joey up in New York. Joey?
Hey, Pat, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm here by myself in the studio, Joey.
Hey, listen, I'm really scared right now about all these shootings. I don't think nobody's considered the fact that it's Jackie Martling upset over the fact that Artie Lang took his job on the Stern Show. And nobody's buying his CDs anymore.
Okay, Joe, I understand the Stern Show. Okay.
Okay, Joe, I understand.
All right, Joe.
Stern Show.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me see what else I got.
Boots.
I got about 1 million American Idol tapes. Yeah, I'll play this one last time. Let me just play them all, and then I'll never play them again. Here.
So, Keith, why are you here? I'm here because I think I'm the next American Idol. I'm very entertaining and unique.
Okay, and what are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing Like a Virgin from Madonna.
Okay, cool.
I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through it. Didn't know how lost I was until I found you. I was deep and complete. I've been hurt, I was sad, but you made me feel. Yeah, you made me feel shiny and new, like a virgin. Touch for the very first time, like a virgin. With your heart next to.
Last year I described someone as being the worst singer in America. I think you're possibly the worst singer in the world, based on that performance. And I'm absolutely serious. I've never, ever heard anything like that in my life. Ever.
Keith, that was horrific, man. Wow, it was you. When you said interesting and unique, you said a mouthful. Oh, my God.
No, but Keith, you've got to hear yourself to believe it. There is nobody on this planet who sings like you. Really.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm being absolutely serious. I mean, are you serious?
I don't think I'm the best singer in the world, but hey, I think I'm a good singer.
What else do you love to do?
Well, I like to dance.
Just, maybe get into dancing.
Okay, other way.
Get out. Get out. I thought that was funny.
Are you good at baseball?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah, the kid looked like a real Frankenstein, too.
Yeah, anytime a guy comes up and says he's going to sing Like a Virgin by Madonna, you know a train wreck is about to happen.
Kid Chris put the music behind it, which makes it even funnier.
Oh, that wasn't...
Yeah, they don't sing to music. He was singing a cappella.
Oh.
Yeah, I have another one of those. I have this one, too.
That's funny.
As long as I'm getting rid of my tapes. I love this one better.
Yeah, Chris did this too.
It's one of those black gay dudes.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I can't feel today what could make me feel this way. My girl, talking about my girl.
Wow.
May.
That guy's great.
Absolutely.
What is this? Confrontation with Simon, American Idol.
Maybe somebody argued with him.
I don't know what that is.
I'm in his way. He didn't even give me a chance to sing another day.
And the disagreement continues.
But it's okay.
There he is.
You know that ain't fair, though.
What do you mean?
You know that's not fair, son. I'm a boat singer.
I'm saying you can earn a living out of your voice, which a lot of people
What
can't.
you own a living is?
Okay, fine. Don't work on a boat, then.
Whatever. You don't work on a boat. I'm mad as hell.
All right. That show's always good for a few laughs.
Mad as hell.
Show's bigger than ever, making tons of ratings.
Rolled right over The Bachelorette, so.
I can't watch Star Search, though. For some reason, that's horrible.
I don't mind it. I tune in because I think, as much as I hate Naomi Judd, I have to watch her.
Yeah? Arsenio, for me, just...
Yeah, that might be it.
Well, he's tough. He's tough to get through.
Yeah, I can't deal.
He tries to get hip with, Ben Stein, hit me with some digits.
Mr. Pimpalicious.
Yeah. Shut up.
How'd Carol Leifer get on that show?
I don't know.
Where'd they dig her up from?
Shouldn't she be trying out?
Was she auditioning for the show?
Carol wants
How they found her?
Carol wants to come in here. I'm going to let her come in.
All right.
Because I want to ask her how the hell she ended up on that train wreck.
The funniest thing, because they got 2 women there, usually, sometimes 3, and they have these models that they have to judge. It is so funny watching those women look at those young girls with envy and give them rotten scores.
The women hate the model.
I'm going to give her 3 stars.
Jerry, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hi, Howard.
Hey.
Can you please put on Carmen Electra? I'm about to bash some gays. I can't stand it. I'm in the traffic. I can't stand these fags.
All right. Let's go to Brian. Brian, you're on the air.
Howard, I'm 32 years old, and I got to tell you that Mark Harris stuff was unquestionably the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. I almost drove off the side of the road.
It's a train wreck.
Never play that again.
Stephen, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, I was wondering real quick if you had any those onion tapes.
Yeah. I got about 50 million of them.
Yeah, we must be back up.
I should play a couple of onions. Yeah, I'll play you. All right, I'll play you one that I just got I thought was pretty funny.
All right.
Here. You want to stay on the line, or you want to hear it on your radio?
It doesn't matter. I'll stay on the line.
Right. This is pretty... I love these guys. I think some of their stuff is great.
It's the Onion Radio News. An area man knows an unsettling amount about nationwide age of consent laws. This is Doyle Redland reporting. Drill press operator Pete Cromartie revealed a disturbing familiarity with various states' age of consent laws today in the course of a casual conversation with coworker Jeff Richardson. According to Richardson, all it took to set Cromartie off was his mention of a forthcoming family trip to Pennsylvania.
Out of nowhere, Cromartie says I should pick up some chicks there because they only got to be 16. Then he starts going on about South Carolina where they only got to be 15. I mean, that's seriously creepy.
Richardson added that Cromartie came up to him later and mentioned a bill pending in the Hawaii legislature that would lower the age of consent to 13. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News.
What do you think?
Wonder what's up with him.
Good.
That's a good one, right? Here's a good one. Here's one I played the other day, and then, what's his name? Dead Air Dave hit the dump button on it.
Oh, yeah?
But I knew it was all right, and then Tom told him it was okay to play, but it was too late. They'd already obliterated it. So,
Does he remember it's all right?
Yeah, Dead Air Dave, this is fine, okay, dude? Calm down back there. Here, listen to this one. Before you hit your delay button. What a job.
It's the Onion Radio News. A man realizes he shouldn't have told a girl on the phone that he was taking a dump. This is Doyle Redland reporting. Moments after ending an on-the-toilet phone conversation with a female friend, Bruce Halpern of Granbury, Texas, realized that his candor regarding his whereabouts may have been ill-advised. An embarrassed Halpern had this to say.
Was that ever dumb? I've told a lot of guy friends I was taking a dump while talking to him, and Julie, she just seemed really pissed off.
Halpern made a mental note to explain the echo effect in future phone calls with women by saying he's in the garage. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News.
I've moved my bowels while on the phone to a chick and flushed. And that, I'm like, I always go, I'm fixing my toilet.
That's a good one.
Here's what I do.
With one hand.
Yeah. I'm just fixing. Sometimes you gotta go.
I like his garage idea better.
That's good. That's the Onion. All right. Let's see what else I got here. All right, dude. Later.
Hey, thanks a lot, Howard.
Right.
Bye.
Greg, go ahead. Oh, Greg's gone. Dennis, go ahead.
Yeah, Howard, I'm a truck driver, and I'd like to commend your show on the benefits it has to the general public because you keep me awake, and what it does is more oxygen to the brain, and the driving public is more safe because of your show.
All right, thank you. What kind of goofy call is that?
No, that's nice.
I think he was trying to be funny. I provide more oxygen to the brain. I got a ton of American Idol clips here.
Really?
What is American Idol with Josie Saliva?
I don't know.
Does that mean anything to you?
The other day.
We played that the other day?
The guy from the other day who came in.
Oh, the guy.
The guy from Saliva.
Oh, okay.
That's where we goofed on them.
Yeah, I'm not going to play that. Angry gay black guy.
That sounds funny.
He didn't sing remotely near the next American Idol that we would pick.
Nate, you're tone deaf. You could even hear those notes. You didn't even know what those notes are. You could sing the song 15 times, being in the hot sun, you still wouldn't get it right. We've been sitting here all day.
Okay, I don't want to hear anything else from you. Because, first of all, you know, I appreciate, like, you telling me in a nice way. That's fine. You guys really don't have to attack people. That's not what this is here for. What you guys are trying to do is make people cry, okay? You're fat. You're an
Ooh.
You're plain. That's all I have to say. I'm gone. I'm spent.
You got to be an angry black. I mean, you know what it is to be a black man in America? Then compound that would be gay. Holy mackerel.
This guy was so... I remember this guy. He appeared to have breasts.
Yeah.
He had his... You know, he's not in the best shape. And he had his pants split all the way up to his ass. You know?
When a guy like that has breasts, what does it mean? He's taking female hormones?
I couldn't tell what was going on with him. I didn't know whether it was just an overweight, out of shape thing, or if he was actually on hormones with that voice.
Yeah, I think he's making his boobies big with something.
If you want to see a lot of untalented gay black guys, take the 6 train. There's a lot of them there.
Let's see what this is. This one's not even re-queued. I just got millions of tapes, and some of them are funny. Like, I never even played you the tapes of our old intern Gorillo on the John Edwards show, where they contact the dead.
About this. Yes, let me hear. He was on there, and he was actually asking to have the dead contacted.
All right, I just want to see what this American Idol tape is so I can get rid of it.
Wondering what in the world did I do? Crazy.
Okay. Paula.
I'm speechless.
You know, she sucks. Get rid of her.
Say what you think.
I'm speechless.
And the guy takes it as a compliment.
Right, I mean... Why is she a judge? She's afraid to judge anyone.
She won't judge.
I don't even know. I really don't know what to say.
Yeah, because you're an idiot. How do they... She wants the other people to say something, then she agrees with them.
Yeah, she won't say he can't go to Hollywood.
Right.
She'll let the other two do it.
Thank you. Is that a good thing?
I think not. I think you're amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Amazingly dreadful. No, really.
Really?
Seriously, I mean, almost... I don't think another human being on the planet will ever sing like you. I think you are a one-off.
There's only one of you.
Thank God.
Oh, you are too kind. Thank you so much.
I'm confused.
Sorry, man. You're absolutely dreadful. Thank God there's only one of you. What I said was, thank you guys for the opportunity, and I really should have told Fat.
A lot of weird people out there.
Yeah. That's what you discover on this show.
I think he's got a higher voice than High Pitch Eric.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Is that a good thing? Trying to bite my ass.
That's a good tape. All right. You want to hear Gorillo?
Yes.
I hate John Edwards. I hate his show. I hate that people support it and watch it. There's just no evidence that anyone can contact the dead. Whenever you ask these guys for specifics, they never have it. Harry Houdini said to, when he died, he made up with his wife, here's a code word. Go to every psychic. Not one psychic could get the message through. So it was proven that none of these people can speak to the dead. You know why? Because when you die, there's nothing. You don't go anywhere.
You can't speak.
And we don't have that ability, okay? You're dead. And John Edwards should be like working in a carnival somewhere as someone's amusement. Oh, hey, before I get into this, did you see that O.J.'s daughter?
Which daughter?
The daughter.
She has the old one and the younger
one that counts.
The younger one?
The half-white one.
Okay, the younger one.
The one we're all fascinated with.
The one that's
Nicole's daughter. Yeah.
Okay.
The other daughter we don't care about.
No, I mean, every once in a while she gets into trouble, so we have talked about her before.
But forget her. From now on, whenever I say O.J.'s daughter, we mean...
The younger one.
Sydney.
Look out.
The one whose mom was murdered by her dad.
Right.
The one we know is going to... She called 911 last night.
About?
Screaming about O.J. O.J. was yelling at her.
Oh, my goodness. It's starting again.
Hey, Red, did they have tape of that?
Yeah, Channel 7 had it on, but it was all bleeped out because of, I guess she was cursing.
Oh, she's learning good language.
I'm going to kill you. Yeah. Who's cursing, her or him in the back?
She was cursing, I guess, that O.J. was doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing.
What was he doing? Do you know?
I do.
No, I didn't get into it too much.
He was trying to kill her. Am I doing something wrong? Hold on. I got the article right here. Hold on.
There.
Wait a second. O.J. And now O.J. yelling and screaming at his daughter to the point that she's calling 911.
How much does a person have to do to get away from O.J.?
O.J.'s kid calls cops over abuse. And it's real sad, too, because the kid's kind of chubby and everything.
Yeah, she's not doing well living with the murderer of her mom.
O.J. Simpson's explosive temper has boiled over again, this time during a fierce argument with his teenage daughter, who was so shaken she called 911 sobbing for help. Get those kids out of there already.
You know they think, what we think.
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah. You're my dad, but you killed my mom.
And when you get angry, I get scared.
I like when O.J. does interviews and talks about how tough it is to be a single parent. Well, don't kill your wife.
You were a double parent.
You're a loser, Sidney Simpson, 17, screamed at her famous dad. Cool. Good.
Well, she knows.
As she bawled uncontrollably while on the phone with cops, because you know O.J., well, kids who are teenagers have to yell at their parents sometimes.
Right, they need to vent.
And you know O.J. don't allow that.
Of course not.
Come here, I'll do what I did to your bitch mother.
Let me get my knife.
The teen cowered in her bedroom and told the police operator, my father is an a-hole. I'm the only child that makes him miserable, and he can say that's no problem. What does that mean?
What?
I'm the only child that makes him miserable, and he can say that's no problem.
Is there more to that?
Isn't that abuse, she wailed? No, that's kind of cryptic.
Yeah.
Cops responded to a female in distress call at the Heisman Trophy winner's house. Why do they call him Heisman Trophy? Why do they say the murderer's house?
Yeah, the Heisman Trophy was 40 years ago.
Yeah. He has a more recent accomplishment. He chopped someone's head off.
Yeah, the murder's not a decade
better
old.
known for the murder than his Heisman.
How dare you call 911, Sidney? You know what happened to your mother. Oh.
Like mother, like daughter.
Like mother, like daughter. There wasn't he interviewed somewhere and he said like mother, like daughter? She a lot like her mother.
Well, then she's on a list, a short list.
Yeah. Cops responded to a female in distress call at the Heisman Trophy winner's house on Southwest 112th Street in Miami around noon Saturday, according to a police report. The cops found Sidney Simpson upset in her bedroom. She told police that she and O.J., who was acquitted in the 1994 murder of Nicole Brown, and they should put next to that, because black people wanted to teach white people a lesson.
No, the jury.
Right, the jury, right. Got into an argument over family issues. Police calmed down the parties, and Sidney, who sometimes stays with her grandparents, agreed to leave the house to defuse the situation, according to the report. No problem here, officers. No problem.
Calling him Heisman Trophy winner is kind of like saying painter Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Officers, again, there's no problem here. My daughter called.
I like you guys.
Let me sign something for you guys.
Yeah, what you got? I got a football I played once with the Bills with. Let me sign
I never hit a lady. I pushed them.
Unbelievable.
But what are they going to do now? She's got to go home again?
Yep.
Yeah, well.
She got to go back to the grandparents, but I guess she'll end up, after the situation cools down.
She's got to go back to O.J.
I think Nicole used to go to her parents' house and then come back when things calm down.
It's the same syndrome all over again. It seems wrong to be happening with a daughter.
I can't wait for O.J. to kill his daughter. They're going to have a whole other trial.
No.
Maybe this time we'll put him away. Maybe the jury this time will see that she's half black and they'll feel bad for her.
But what a brave girl. She's fighting back.
Yeah. If you were O.J.'s daughter, would you fight back?
I would be an angel.
Yeah, hopefully the cop who arrests him this time has never used the N-word. Otherwise, he'll be
and they can figure out how not to keep the blood in the car for 2 days and all that stuff.
Sidney, go get me my glove. You know, the one that doesn't fit? Yeah. Phil, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi. Any chance you bring back your own version of American Idol?
I did a version of American Idol when I was working in Detroit originally. I did it in 1980. I used to have 3 record company guys come in, and I'd have people audition, and then the winner would get a record contract. So I did it in 1980, and I won the Drake Chenault Award for it. Did it for years, but never put it on television, so unlucky me. Believe me, we were 10 times more brutal than any Simon Cowell, I'll tell you that. I had record guys that were just brutal.
I'm sure. Whatever happened to that, it's wrong.
It's just wrong? We're putting together another version.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
You'll be hearing it. Yeah, I used to do that in 1980. I should have put it on TV then.
Yeah.
Somehow
TV wasn't ready for it then.
Well, somehow when people do business with me, they think that my ideas kind of like are too out there. But then if somebody else presents them, they seem to be legitimate.
Well, it's at the time because you're the first.
Yeah.
You break the ground, and then once it becomes okay, somebody else sneaks in and says, you know what, here's an idea.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I saw a huge promo, I don't know if you saw it, on the Super Bowl for Are You Hot?
Yeah, did you see that?
On a big screen I was watching at the MGM.
Well, I'm going to outdo those ass wipes, because that one's got me fuming.
That's really horrible.
You know, when we evaluate chicks, Einziger, who used to work for me, went over, and now he's doing that for ABC.
He's producing it.
Yeah, but I have a show I'm announcing real soon that's going to blow that sucker out of the water. But that'll do well, because it'll get on before mine. That one's burning me up. I mean, that's just a blatant rip. That's more of a rip than Jay Leno in his jaywalking segment.
Which is a blatant rip.
Yeah. But what are you going to do? Everybody's got to make money, I guess, off my ideas.
You know, you did a version just a few months before American Idol started of it with Mark Harris and the 3 record executives.
Yeah. Well,
it was hilarious.
Unfortunately, I didn't put it on TV, so that's my fault. And Scott's right. I mean, he worked for me for years, and he saw a lot of good ideas, and he went out and got involved with them, I guess.
He's doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, why not? But he did send me a nice note telling me how much he misses me.
Oh, that's not... Well, he's run out of ideas. He needs you to come up with some more.
You can just tune in the radio and hear any of my new ideas. Create some shows off of that.
But even when I was watching Jimmy Kimmel the other night, I said, you know, this is all stuff we were doing. Remember that original Fox show?
Yeah.
It was all, you know, all that kind of wild, crazy stuff that ABC's now. We want you to be wild and crazy. Yeah. Networks wouldn't touch that back then.
No, they wouldn't. But no bitterness on my part. Hey, why don't we take a break and do Winfred's money? We'll rip off Ben Stein's money with Winfred's money.
There you go.
How's that?
Finally, an idea we can rip.
Yeah, we're ripping now.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, we're going to get into the rip-off game. It's going to be good today. Guy coming in from MIT.
Oh.
Versus our own graduate of Western Connecticut Community College, Fred Norris. And my money's on Fred. What is it, Gary?
Guy looks good. You know, on the surface, just to look at him, you think he's got a chance because, A, he looks smart. The guy did 6 years. He's an astrophysicist from MIT. But he's also not one of those bragging guys. He's like, you know, he's quiet. The guys that come and bragging, right away, you know they're not going to win.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. My money's on Fred. We're going to take a break, as long as Artie's money isn't on Fred.
No, I'm staying away from...
Yeah, who is Artie betting on? That's what you got to find out.
I got the hot hand.
Yeah. We're gonna take a break, and we'll be back right after these.
Here's Gary Garver with the late Aaliyah.
How you doing?
Hi.
What's your name?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah?
Yes.
What's the hardest part about acting?
The hardest part about acting? I think just becoming another person, coming out of yourself and being able to be someone that may not be you in your everyday life, you know?
Would you ever do full frontal nudity in a movie?
Oh, wow. I don't know. Not really thinking about that right now. It would totally depend on the project if it was done tastefully. I don't think so, though, no.
Would you ever get breast implants?
No.
Would you ever pose naked for Playboy?
Oh, my God, these questions. I mean, yeah, they're totally out of bounds. I'm saying the purpose. I don't get it. Pardon?
Would you ever date Howard Stern?
Howard Stern, I think he's the bomb.
Thanks a lot.
You are listening to the Howard Stern Show.
What is this?
You're back.
Oh, hey, everybody. What's happening? All right. Time to play Winfred's money. We're going to get to that. And... Oh, before I get to that, Melrose is on the phone. I got to pick up because he says he has the 911 call, the news report, where Sidney Simpson, O.J.'s daughter, calls the cops. Melrose.
Howard, I'm sorry that I hung up before. I've never hung up ever.
No, I hung up on you. It's okay.
All right, I'm really sorry. I'm remorseful.
He's going to hang up again if you don't stop.
Yeah. Melrose.
Marty, I'm ready, Howard.
Play it for me.
I've got the... And then my E-show is tomorrow night, Howard.
Now play it quick. Come on.
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
Let's go.
Come here.
O.J. Simpson's daughter, Sidney, makes an emotional 911 call, apparently after an argument with her father. Sidney in the checkered dress in 1994 after her mother's funeral. Police in Florida say Sidney, who's now 17, called on January 18th crying about an abuse thing.
He doesn't love me about any of his kids. None of his kids make him miserable except for me. That's all wrong.
Officers went to the home, but Simpson's attorney says he wasn't home. No charges were filed.
She has a real deep voice.
Yeah.
But she sounds like O.J.
She sounds like O.J.
That's what John said.
Has anyone seen her brother? I mean, O.J. may have already killed him.
She sounds like Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, my God, my daddy, he be beating me. Oh.
Yeah, my dad is a little tight.
Now I understand what she said. That article had it wrong. She says, he says none of his kids make him miserable except for her.
Oh.
Because his other marriages, right.
Because of what?
His other kids besides the two.
Yeah. So she makes him miserable.
Right. She's the only one who makes him miserable.
She got a lot like her mother. Yeah. I heard him say that. She's a lot like her mother.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, that kid's brave. I wouldn't go up against O.J. for nothing.
Really, man?
Howard?
I mean, O.J. has proven that he will cut your throat. He will win in the end. You can fight and fight and fight and call all the cops you want. O.J. will win in the end. Imagine the two of them going at it.
He's not a Heisman Trophy winner for nothing.
Do you think she ever goes, you know, you killed Mom, you dick?
Oh, God, I bet you she hasn't pulled that one out yet. She couldn't have.
Man, I'd write that in a letter. I'd write that in an email when I was very far away.
Not there, yes.
You killed Mom, you dick. Signed, Howard.
That's a silver bullet.
I wonder if she's taking any self-defense classes and stuff.
Would O.J. let her do that?
No, I don't want you fighting back. Fred Goldman put up a fight. Whatever that kid's name was. Ronald Goldman put up a fight. It wasn't fun. He cut me.
She's in a karate class. Can we concentrate on when someone comes up behind you with a knife?
Yeah, I don't need to do any more kata. I just need to know what to do when somebody comes up behind me with a knife.
Yeah, can we do that first?
Howard?
Enough punching.
Right, now
what do I do when a guy's got a knife to my throat?
I need to know how to fall down.
By the time I fall, I'll be dead.
Okay, now say he's taller than you and he happens to be related to you.
Let's say your dad puts a knife to your throat. What do you do, Sensei? What's up?
Well, we should get to Winfred's money because, you know, Mr. Brown will be here any minute.
Oh, James Brown. Yeah. With Janie the cleaning lady.
She's here already.
Yeah, she's going to interpret for us because sometimes we have trouble understanding Mr. Brown.
Well, he can get on a roll and we'll miss most of it.
Yeah. Okay, bring in the guy for Winfred's money. Yeah, Melrose.
Can I call in tomorrow with Susan Sarandon's commercial?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Artie, Artie said when he was out in Vegas, he was watching, like he was at a Super Bowl party, and when the Melissa Rivers commercial came on for her new reality show, the whole place started booing. This is Dr. Froney Cranford III.
That's Crawford.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Dr. Froney.
Right?
Dr. Froney? I think Cranford was right and Froney was wrong.
It's short for Fronefield.
Wow. Would you grow up rich or something?
No.
Fronefield.
It just sounds rich.
Did you ever say to your mom, why'd you name me Fronefield?
Yeah, well, I'm actually the third, so my dad is named Fronefield, and my grandfather was named Fronefield.
Are you uptight about it? I mean...
No, it's okay.
You kind of look like a Fronefield.
Oh, thanks.
You do? No,
thanks, I think.
You do. I look like a Howard. I know
Froney, that's a new one.
Dr. Froney Crawford. And when you say doctor, you have your doctorate in what?
Physics.
In physics. Wow, you're a genius. MIT grad, right?
Yes, that's right.
What do you do with that doctorate?
I teach college physics now.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, there's not much else you can do with it, really. So
sounds like you're definitely somebody who could beat Fred, but Fred has beaten some of the best. A Harvard guy you once beat, right, Fred?
Absolutely.
You beat a Harvard
This
guy.
guy's MIT. He's serious.
But we don't know if he's well-rounded. That's the question.
Yeah,
that's the real question.
I'd say the fact that he's a doctor and he's like 30 years old is
I think if Fred loses to anybody, it'll be to a guy named Fronefield.
right.
Yeah.
He's the only guy who ever
Fronefield,
played.
what, how old are you?
31.
Wow.
Just turned 31.
Fronefield.
Wow.
Married?
I am.
Kids?
One kid.
What do you do for a living? I mean, with that doctorate?
I teach college physics.
Really?
I stand in front of the class and lecture to my...
So with all your brains, you probably don't even make that much money.
No, it's not a get-rich-quick career.
Any hot chicks in physics? Like any of your students?
Yeah, there's all sorts of different students in the classroom.
Can you bang any of the hot students?
No, that's frowned upon.
It is.
Even if you aren't married, you...
I thought in college you can bang the students.
Because they're of age.
Yeah.
Maybe at some places, but not where I am.
Really? See, I think it's okay to bang the students once you're a college professor. I think that's... I mean, I don't think it's ethical.
You know what? Hold out grades for it.
Yeah, I don't think you can go to jail for it. I mean, you probably lose your job.
I think that's okay at Delphi, but frowned upon at MIT.
Right. Did you teach at MIT?
No, I was there as a grad student. I'm at a different place now.
Did you name your kid Fronefield?
No, his name's Cameron.
Nice.
My wife vetoed the...
Good for you. Why, were you thinking of naming him Fronefield?
Oh, it would have been nice, but, I have to defer to the boss.
How often did you get goofed on for being a Fronefield?
When I was a kid, a lot.
Right, so why would you put your son through that?
Well, look, this isn't high school, man. You're in a safe place here.
That's right.
All right, Frone Queer?
Thanks, Artie.
You never heard that.
Artie's just mad because he lost $5,000 in Vegas.
Yeah, and I'm not smart.
And he doesn't have a gambling problem. So tell me something in physics. Like, what's going on in physics? I mean, none of us know.
Well, I do astronomy, astrophysics.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Like what? Like, is anything cool coming down the pipe? Like for me, I wouldn't understand theory and all that, but what I would understand is like, well, they got this cool thing, like a piece of plastic they invented for out of astrophysics or something.
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
Any new planets?
Find the meteors that are going to strike the Earth.
Yeah, they just found a new sort of asteroid type thing out beyond Pluto. And I don't know much about it except...
if you don't, who does?
Yeah.
I mean, what
That's
do you
not
mean?
my field of study.
It's an asteroid, and is it headed for Earth?
No. This is orbiting the sun.
So what does that mean to us? I mean, does that mean there could be life somewhere? Or?
Well, not there. There's no life there, but there could be life out in the universe.
Professor, you think there is life in the universe?
I do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, what about an invisibility ray? Is anything like
that would be
coming?
great. I tell you,
Is that possible?
I don't think so. Yeah.
What about X-ray specs?
That'd be nice.
I ordered those from comic books. They still don't work. All I can see is my hand, the bones of my hand.
Fronefield.
Yes?
Artie.
Fronefield.
Artie, I was going to say how much I enjoyed you on the show, but,
Not anymore.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be that dick in high school.
What can you do? Like, so now you've studied astrophysics and you know so much and all that, and you're a bright guy. What'd you get on your SATs? Probably like 1,600?
No, not quite that high.
What'd you get?
1490.
1490. Not a bad score.
It's good enough, I guess.
Were you valedictorian of your school?
No. There were a lot of smart people in my high school, so...
Really? Where'd you go to high school?
Went to high school called Conestoga High School near Philadelphia.
All right. So you're a bright guy and everything. So, like, you know all this astrophysics. So, like, all you know is that there's an asteroid by Pluto. I mean, what good does that do you?
That doesn't do any good to anybody.
Right. So So give me something.
Well, I'll tell you what I study. I study radio pulsars.
All right. What is that?
These are collapsed stars that are extremely dense, and they spin. And each time they spin, you see a blip. All right.
Okay.
And you say, well, so what? Why do you care about watching blips?
Right. What does that mean?
Well, you can by watching these blips and detecting them with telescopes, you can actually infer fundamental physics about how stars are formed and how these objects work and the nature of physics.
And what can we do with it?
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna cure a disease or anything like that.
Well, what do I learn from that? So how was the star developed? From a gaseous combination, right? I knew that already.
It's more complicated than that.
All right, anyway.
Will you be able to make one when you're done?
No.
Oh.
Dude, do you believe in the Prime Directive? That we shouldn't interfere in other cultures?
No, I don't believe that.
The ultimate solution?
I always liked it on Star Trek when they actually made a difference in,
Physics cannot get you laid. That's what I've learned. I don't care how smart you are.
How long have you been married?
4 years. Yeah.
Ever pleasure yourself to like Einstein's theorem? All right, let's see if you can win some money. The $10,000 prize for Winfred's Money is provided by our good friends at Bally Total Fitness. They've got a great new weight management program that I love. In fact, John's on it right now, very close to losing 20 pounds a month. Call 1-800-FITNESS and get yourself on the program. Call now. Fred, why don't you go into your little booth so that you're completely drowned out. I actually selected the questions for Win Fred's Money last night.
Uh-oh.
Well, I do. I'm the guy who selects them every time. They give me a bunch of questions, and I go through them. Some of them I can answer, but very rarely. I mean, most of these I just cannot answer. I think there was one I could answer.
Oh, stop.
All right, I'm putting that sound down, because what you hear there is Fred is actually hearing a radio and cannot hear anything we're doing. He's in a soundproof booth.
Radio pulsars he's hearing.
That's right. All right.
Now, do you play this at home? Have you been good when you're sitting in the car?
I yell out the answers, and sometimes I get them right, and sometimes I don't.
Thornfield, if you win the money, what will you do with it?
That's a good question. I was thinking about that. And my wife wants to finish our basement, so I think the money's already gone as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, with all that brains, can't even finish his basement.
I know.
Can't buy some paneling?
All right, here we go. I'm going to give you 7 questions. Remember, you can pass. We can go back, or you can just stop the clock. Time sometimes is of the essence. In the Jules Verne classic 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, who is the skipper of the submarine Nautilus?
Nemo.
Which tanker spilled over 10 million gallons of crude oil off the coast of Alaska in 1989?
Valdez.
Baltimore's Pimlico Racecourse is the home of which Triple Crown event?
Pass.
What was the name of the second man to walk on the moon?
Buzz Aldrin.
Frank Lloyd Wright designed what New York City museum, which opened in 1959?
Guggenheim.
What instrument is used for measuring atmospheric pressure?
Barometer.
What does the letter B stand for in the automobile company BMW?
Bavarian.
You want to go back?
Yes.
Baltimore's Pimlico...
Pass. Sorry, end.
Yeah. All right, you did 6 in 42 seconds. Fabulous.
Very good.
You know what's cool? I knew the one he didn't.
I did, too.
Oh,
it's a racing thing.
What is it, Artie?
The Preakness.
The Preakness Stakes.
Come on, man. Come on, Fronefield.
Artie, we got to team up.
Fronefield did very well.
He did very well, but I think Fred can answer everyone that
Really?
he answered. Yeah.
Well,
He'll miss the same one.
Well, time then will
Question
become
is
of the
time,
essence.
yes.
All right. Well, Fronefield, you did great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Take a seat over there. You know what? Keep your game face on. Don't
Yeah,
even...
because Fred might not know some of these.
Right, I think you're going to win.
I just have a great deal of faith in him.
I got faith in Fronefield. He answered them very quickly.
Fred's faster.
Really?
Yeah.
All
When
right.
he knows something, he's much faster.
All right, let's get our own Fred Norris in here. The clock was stopped at... Okay, I'm not even going to say.
Yeah, don't give him any information.
All right, Fred. One of the things you said to me before this contest began, that this guy isn't a braggart. He seems like a pretty level-headed guy, but one wonders how he did. That's your disadvantage. You don't know how he did.
I have no idea, no clue.
All right, here we go. In the Jules Verne classic 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, who is the skipper of the submarine Nautilus?
Captain Nemo.
Which tanker spilled over 10 million gallons of crude oil off the coast of Alaska in
Exxon Valdez.
Baltimore's Pimlico Racecourse is the home of which Triple Crown event?
Preakness.
What was the name of the second man to walk on the moon?
James Lovell.
Frank Lloyd Wright designed what New York City museum, which
Guggenheim.
opened... What instrument is used for measuring atmospheric pressure?
Barometer.
What does the letter B stand for in the automobile company BMW?
Bavaria.
Do you want to... Oh, that's it. You answered them all in 33. You win, actually.
Wow.
You got 6 right, and so did Fromfield.
But...
You answered in 33 seconds. He passed on one. You got one wrong.
I time traveled.
You beat him. I cannot believe it.
I told you it would be time, didn't I?
It's time.
There you go.
And you answered most questions before I finished the answer.
Yeah.
The question.
It's like I never take a chance with the time. Ever since the cabbie defeat, which still irks me to this day, because he still has bragging rights, even though I'm way smarter than he is.
Fromfield got the Preakness wrong. The one you got wrong and that Fromfield got right was Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Second man to walk on the moon, Buzz Aldrin.
Why did I think Lovell? I don't know why.
Wow, you're good.
Yeah, that was surprising that you missed that one and got the Preakness. I thought it'd be the other way
I was
around.
convinced that it was Lovell.
Fromfield, you tied him on questions, but time is everything. And
Absolutely.
Let me
You
tell
know what
something.
I noticed? I said that Fred's a lot faster. It took him 7 seconds to answer the first question. Fred answered it in 1 second.
Right. That's where you lost time.
Yeah.
Because if you add 7 seconds there, you guys would almost be tied.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Now your name's Fronefield and you still have an unfinished basement.
So now I'm Fredfield.
Wow, Fred, I thought you were sunk.
No way. I
thought you were
believed in
sunk.
you, Fred.
Well, thanks for the chance to come on. I appreciate it.
Well, Fromfield, I like it. I'd like to give you some sort of parting prize.
I think we give him a free 1-year membership to Bally Total Fitness.
Well, what does he getting Fromfield need that for?
It's true.
Yeah, what else you got there?
Would you like a nice watch, courtesy of Steven Singer Jewelers in Philadelphia? Is that something that's in your alley?
Yeah, any other kind of jewelry I can give my wife, perhaps?
You got a woman's watch?
Yeah, we got a woman's watch. Yeah.
Woman's watch we'll give you.
Would you like a Rubik's Cube?
No, I'll pass on the Rubik's Cube.
Would you like a time machine where you can go back and change your name?
And I can change my answers, too.
That's right. Well, hey, good game.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And do me a favor, go out there, discover a new galaxy, and name it after me.
I will.
Howard Stern. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
He did a great job, man.
Wow. Great job from Fromefield. Well, he's good.
Good job, man.
Very good, but Fred's fast.
Steven Singer Jewelers will hook you up with a watch for your wife. E equals MC lose to Fred.
I got a feeling Fromefield spent a lot of time stuffed in a locker. Guys, is it lunch? It's time for physics.
Hey, Artie, can I ask you a question? Yeah. That zit on your nose isn't going away, is
Actually, I'm going to the doctor next week.
What's up with that?
I'm a little worried about it.
You got a terminal zit?
Well,
it's been there for over a month.
The word terminal I don't need to hear right now. I'm going to the dermatologist.
What happened to you?
It was a zit, and usually zits just go away, but this one hasn't, so thanks, guys. There's a close-up of me.
You see that thing on his nose? I just got a zit on my nose, but it's going away.
No, usually, yeah, they go away, but this has been there for like a couple of months.
What is a zit that won't leave?
Do you keep squeezing it?
Well, no, I don't like squeezing zits because it's gross. And they just go away usually, but this one's been there too long, so I said, you know what I noticed? I did a movie over the weekend, and the makeup woman was literally going, whoa, that's a nasty one. She like made a point of saying how pronounced.
Has it grown and changed?
No, it's been the same exact thing.
It looks like it's turning into something, yeah, like a berry or something.
A berry?
Yeah, like you know how Ralph has a berry.
Like a cyst.
Berry. Ralph had a zit.
Right.
And then he kept
a zit.
No, John just.
Oh, that thing on his face. It's right here.
Yeah. That berry thing he has on his face used to be a zit, and he squeezed it a bunch of times, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't go away, and then it started like grow, and it became a red berry.
It became hard and berry-like.
A berry-like.
Well, you can get. I gotta get it removed. I gotta get it removed if it's that.
Yeah, you don't want a berry on your nose.
I'm just worried that it's It'd
be funny if it turned into a berry. Let's see what it turns into. Why rush to the doctor?
Well, listen, if you want to do like a reality show or something.
Well, how about this? Make sure that it's not something terrible.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what it turns into.
I don't think it's anything that bad.
Well, so far in the conversation, Robin has said cyst and terminal.
He got that zit in August.
Wow.
Of last year. Yeah, because I've been monitoring it.
How do you know that?
Because I sent a post at exactly the date that you got it, because it just kept not going away.
He sent it to me. He sent me an email saying, check out Artie's zit. And I was like, who cares? You know, big deal. You got a zit on your nose. But I've noticed now for months it's been there.
Yeah,
August.
Yeah, since all this is like 6 months.
Wow.
So we logged when we first saw the zit.
Yeah.
Because it was disturbingly big.
Well, anyone who says John doesn't do any work here is wrong.
James Brown is here. I got to take a break. We'll talk to him next, right after these words.
Hello, hola, I'm Charo, mystery woman of the Gucci Gucci. I am one of the world's sexiest women, and that is why I came here to meet one of the world's sexiest men. And I was not disappointed. Did I read that right? So here he is, the guy who puts the Gucci Gucci where I like my Gucci, Howard Stern. I feel good.
I love James Brown. I love James Brown. To me, James Brown is, I would say, in the top 3 recording artists of all time. 3 greatest. People talk about Elvis. I don't believe Elvis was anything. I think he was garbage.
Elvis was all right.
For a white guy.
Look at Janie looking at me. That's not good to say.
Elvis was nowhere near James Brown.
Elvis was the king.
Never mind. I'm not going there.
Janie, by the way, Janie, the cleaning woman, came by to help us because sometimes I do have trouble understanding Mr. Brown. Yeah. By the way, you have to call James Brown Mr. Brown.
Why?
I don't know, but his guy goes around. If anyone says, someone said, does James want some water? And he said, Mr. Brown.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I had no idea. Excuse me.
Right.
Will you be calling him Mr. Brown?
I'm going to think about that. I wondered if he's going to call me Mrs. Bonar, okay? All right.
Here he is, the legendary, one of the greatest recording artists of all time. Mr. James Brown. That's right, Mr. Brown.
You're calling him his full name. How you doing, homie? Okay.
Homie.
That is hard.
How dare you. Mr. James Brown. Godfather of soul and rock and roll.
That's it.
I place you, and I'm not just kissing your ass because you're here, as
don't do that.
one of the top 3 of all time.
Really? I got a man out there got a better count than that.
There's you, the Beatles, and the Stones, and then everyone else.
Oh, stop. No, it's the
I'm
Beatles.
serious.
It's the Beatles. The
Well, I'm not putting them in any order.
It's James Brown first. And then
I'm not going 1, 2, 3. I'm saying...
You know why she's saying that? Because I sell records all over the world. Most of these people are never worldwide. And I love them. Yeah. And I'm not going to pat my own self on the shoulder because it wasn't for God, it wouldn't happen for me anyway. So
let me tell you something.
It was given to me, thank God.
You sing and you dance.
Oh, I do?
Well, you do.
I do, thank you. Huh?
And by the way, your hair looks great. I always figured by this age you would be bald.
Lost your hair, yes. How?
You got all your own hair.
I'm not going to back you up over there. Now, I'm cool on you, Robin.
No, Mr. Brown, you have all your own hair.
James.
No. Mr. Brown.
Oh, no, Robin, don't do that.
In case we have trouble understanding you, sometimes you get heated up. I can't understand.
You're right. We've met before. Same circumstance.
Many years ago.
Same deal.
Actually, I didn't want to tell you this, Mr. Brown. That is your first wife.
That's all right. That's all right.
You don't recognize her, but...
nothing wrong with that.
How are you, my friend? You are still married to the white woman, right?
He's married to a Caucasian.
As long as you keep Robin, I'm going to stay married to a white woman.
No, seriously. That was your backup singer you married.
What are you talking about?
That beautiful woman that you were with.
Are they white or are these people?
They're people.
No,
we just doesn't get it.
We got a beautiful son, and that's that.
One of your best friends is Al Sharpton. Doesn't he give you any crap about white women and this kind of thing? Does he ever say to you, you're not allowed
to do that? If he's going to be president, how you going to worry about white and black women? He got to worry about that.
When you hang around with him, does he ever say to you, listen, you're one of the greatest black men ever lived. People look up to you. You should not be with a white woman. Has he ever tried to criticize you and your choice of people?
Well, why is America still built on racism?
Thank you.
Let's talk about some money.
Right.
Let's talk about letting the people who have built this country enjoy it from everywhere that they can, from right to left, from top to bottom. And hey,
let people be people.
Let people be people.
I feel that. Don't tell me no special place. I marry what I want to, do what I want to do.
Right.
I mean, if you married the elephant, I'm sorry.
If I married a who?
I'm sorry.
Who am I married to?
I missed that.
What do you say, Janie? He said if you're married to an elephant, it's okay. Why married? You are the godfather of soul. Why even get married? So many women want you.
And you're right. But you know what? You give out a juice. You give out a juice. You give out.
You're out of juice?
You just give out. Now, I'm talking about not orange juice. I'm talking about energy, man.
Let me remind people why.
Don't say James is out of juice.
What about the Viagra?
But I can't borrow no from house. I mean, never had none.
I thought you were talking about the Jews. You were out of Jews.
No, don't say nothing about that. Don't get into that.
All right. So, Zygazint. That's right. Let me remind people why James Brown is so great. I'm going to do a couple of songs here. You wrote that song, right?
Yes, I did.
You wrote that yourself?
Everything. 99% of the songs I ever had, I wrote them myself.
Sex Machine.
Yes.
Were you a sex machine back in the day?
No,
Who are you singing about? Yourself?
Who are you singing about? Who are you singing about?
You and Robin always trying to get somebody. I see the wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting in this control room, in this beautiful studio, and this cat got a wheel of sex on the wall.
You want to play?
Wheel of sex? No good. You are just no good, man.
The wheel of sex.
No, Sex Machine is a fella and his woman. They're sitting in this dance place, and everybody's dancing. They're talking. He's trying to melt out, and he can't get it, to get into no real heavy rap. So I said, get up. I feel like being like a sex machine.
I see.
It has nothing to do with nothing else. Because I got mine, don't worry about his.
Now, you have a young child now.
How old is your son?
How old is your son now?
My son is 16 months.
Wow.
16 months. What do you need that aggravation for?
Well, you know what? That's a strong aggravation, but I tell you, it's probably one of the most rewarding things that shows you the power of God and the things that you can do. And I mean, 67, it means I'm the hardest working man.
67 years old.
Wait a minute, James, if you had the baby,
I'm 69.
You're 69. 69.
60
what?
I'm 69 now.
That's sexy age, 69. 69,
Looking good, too.
and you're able to still have young children. Look at you.
Well, I'm going to try to, show you some of the willpower.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to do
Did you want to have the kid, or was it an accident?
it was an accident. But,
You're still having accidents at
I
your
really
age.
didn't want to start all over. I mean, I got my baby son is 41.
Right.
So all of a sudden, I got one 16, and he stays over with his every night, and he goes live with his brother. Isn't that something?
Right. Because the kids understand that you are Mr. James Brown, the Godfather, so they just treat you like anybody else. They understand their legacy.
I want to say one good thing that about this country and the world.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough for God's guidance and blessings to have one of those Santa Claus things, just forever and ever.
Yeah.
And the older I get, the better it get like you, Howard.
But let me ask you
Wait a
this.
minute, doesn't he have
You've
some
gotten better,
problems
Howard.
with a couple of his kids?
Oh, his kids were... How'd your personal life go with you? Your kids were suing you, looking for money.
Weren't they looking for money for some songs or something?
That all worked out?
Well, I tell you, I got nothing to say. I love my kids. I love them,
Right.
I love them, and I always will love them. And I think you and Robin know, and the ladies right here, you understand what is happening. So I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything, but I love my
a couple of your
children.
daughters said they wrote some of your songs.
Hell no. How could they write the songs?
They wrote Sex Machine.
They weren't around writing Sex Machine. Well, I mean, that must have been upsetting to you. I'm so sorry.
Thank you very much, Howard. I knew you would be because,
I love you.
I knew you. Thank you. And you're a hard fighter.
Right.
You built a tremendous situation.
You're good to your kids, aren't you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm very good at my kids. All of them had everything they wanted. They all finished school, finished college. I didn't get that chance.
Right.
I didn't get nothing. But I was going from them all the time. Did everything I could. I loved my kids very well. Placed them all in super positions. I mean, it's did great things, but
they had to sue you.
It's still not enough.
Do they call you Mr. Brown, or can they call you Dad?
Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna say anything about it. They can always call me Dad as long as they live.
Right. As long as they're good to you, they can call you Dad.
Well, as long as even now they can still call me Dad. I feel sorry that they had that kind of attitude.
Right. I only wish I was your son.
I'll just say one thing.
Yes.
You got to remember, and I'm a Bible man, and I had to bring it back.
Always religious.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Right.
And your days will be longer.
Right.
And anybody, you see, your mother and father never guilty of anything, regardless of, according to the Bible, regardless of what you're going through, you got to still honor them. You can't reprimand them. That's God's job.
Right.
You try to reprimand your children until they get grown, then you can't reprimand them no more.
Yeah.
So that's the way it is. But you don't reprimand the father and the mother,
Right. Well, when your own child sues you, do they address the lawsuit to Dad or Mr. Brown?
Well, address it to their lawyers. He plays what you think.
Well, it's a shame. It's a
Did they
shame.
call you and say, Dad, you'll be getting some papers?
Dad, I love you, but you're going to get some papers in the mail. Do you still talk to the kids, or have you?
I love my kids very, very
much. You do
much.
talk to them?
Now, let me talk about my new records, okay?
Well, we're going to get to the new record.
Because I wrote these, too.
You sure you wrote it yourself?
Yeah.
Let me play a couple of the old ones first, and then I'm going to get to it. I'm honoring you today. Of the Arts in Oakland, February 15th, and at the House of Blues in Anaheim, California, on February 20th. What are you getting back out on the road?
You still like touring?
Well, let me say this. For some reason, I know Howard and know a lot of things, but for some reason, we lost contact with what's happening with James Brown around the country because we go places, draw 300,000 and 400,000 people. We go every year. And 300,000 and 400,000 per day.
Some of these younger kids,
they don't even know nothing about that in America.
Right.
But I mean, and from Canada on, what is wrong with our country? We've got to save our music. The CD Bunny is going to put us out of business.
That's true.
See, and I'm glad you said it.
Yes.
The CD Bunny is
Did
going
you
to put
say that?
I have said that.
No, this is a very important thing. And
I have said it. I know.
You know that music is part of 60%, or I say 40% of our business is tied to music in America.
Right.
You know your whole thing, your life is to get dedicated to music. Mine is too.
How can you make a living selling records if people can get them for free? Is what
That's right. Why would a man spend $500,000 per session and lose and can't sell one record?
And what about these guys today? You got your Puff Daddy, Jay-Z. Do these guys properly thank you for their careers? Do they?
Puff Daddy is one of my best friends. All the fellas are great to me. Snoop and
They honor you.
All of them. They're very fine. Look,
they honor
they
you.
had to get out of that ghetto the best way they could. And James Brown was good for them. They did it and keep on doing it. But I will say one thing. Give the kids and the women a chance.
Right.
With your lyrics.
Yes.
That's all. What
about Eminem? Are you hostile to him, a white rapper? Is that ridiculous to you? Go ahead.
No, it's nothing ridiculous to me because they were taking... You know, the white kids were taking the advantage of them over a long haul. Yeah. For giving them something funny to live with as a kid, and then when they grow up, they find out they want to play football and basketball and baseball, and ain't got their rhythm.
You grew up poor.
Wait a minute, what did he just say?
Janie, help us out. All right, we need some Janie here.
Okay, he said they grew up, they had everything, but then they wanted to get into baseball, basketball, and all of this.
Yes.
But then the music, but they don't have the rhythm.
Yes, yes.
Is that what you said?
And they lost everything because they wasn't qualified for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wasn't raised in that era, in that environment. You know, if you come up and your dad is a banker, your grandfather's a banker, and you trying to be a banker, it's not hard for you. Right. But when you want to jump from that life, you know, where you just can't put on your suit, correct?
Right.
and
you grew up poor.
Coming out on the road with us with these tight pants and looking good and everything is a whole different set.
You grew up poor. You were a man of the blues. You understood the rhythm. You were a man of the streets.
And come from the gospel church.
Of course.
Yeah.
See?
And
see what I'm saying?
And that's the difference. You're right.
Yeah, you're something else.
What is he saying about Eminem?
I don't know.
Janie?
Janie, what did Mr. Brown say about Eminem? He didn't come up the hard way.
He didn't say that.
What I didn't say it.
His father was a banker?
No, I didn't say that. I said what happened with him. He's trying to learn something that he didn't get a chance to live the life. The rappers, people, are them themselves.
Hey, never mind that. I want to go back to how you had a mistake with the wife and having a 2-year-old kid. I mean,
I don't know how James Brown is making a mistake.
What kind of contraception you using, Mr. Brown?
Well, you know, the last one that you and Robert had, so I use the same kind.
Wait a minute. Mr. Brown, you are a stickler for perfection. Did you have to pay a fine when you made that mistake?
Put a jacket on.
You know the fine is.
Let me tell you.
The fine is you got to take care of him. He's 20 years old. Fine, man.
For the rest of your life.
That's right.
Always holler.
You're right.
Help.
You're right.
You got to be there.
You're right.
I know.
Didn't you feel trapped in a sense because your wife, I would assume, everyone would want to have James Brown's baby. I mean, I'm sure everyone would. I wish I was a woman so I could have your baby.
No, I can speak for myself. I love James Brown to pieces, but when it comes to that part of it, no, not me. I love his.
You don't want to have James Brown baby?
No.
Get out of this studio. How dare you? Are you kidding me? Of course you do.
I got my baby.
She said she don't want nobody.
Sure she
I got babies. My baby's got babies now. My baby's got a baby. So
no, not true.
It's time to bring up and spread your legs. Mr.
Don't
Brown.
say that to that fine lady. No,
Mr. Brown, no, I love Janie.
Ignore him.
Mr. Brown, let me just say something.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, you must use no rubbers or anything, right?
I want to say hello to my people in Georgia. And I want to say hello to people in California. And hello to the people throughout the country. And God bless you for just sticking with Howard because he's a beautiful person. He just have bad manners.
Mr. Brown.
Wait a minute.
Mr.
I
Brown.
want to know when this turned into a romance because the last time we saw you, she was here and she was singing with you. And the guy said,
Why is Robin worried about that so much?
I knew you were banging her.
Is Howard not coming by often enough?
Everybody loves a love connection.
You got a crush.
Hey, Howard, you got to travel by them more.
Everybody loves a love connection.
Yeah.
When we first met your now wife, you even said to us, this woman is strictly my singer. I'm backing her.
That's what she was, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
How did it turn to romance? I mean, how did that happen?
Well, we got a long story, see. My name is James Adam Brown, so I got led into it by the women taking advantage of it.
In other words, she was your Eve, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
That was an accident. It was the temptation. Wait. Now, James, one thing you got to say. Now,
yes, honey.
No kid want to be an accident. That kid was not an accident.
Oh, no, that kid was an accident.
No, it wasn't. From God's eyes, it was an accident. My eyes, from God's eyes.
It wasn't an accident. From your eyes, it was an accident.
It was because you wouldn't expect. I mean,
okay.
I mean, I know that maybe I have a lot of energy. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something now. We are the ones that stop having kids at a certain age. But you guys, it don't work like that.
No, you're right.
No, so you got to always protect it.
You're right.
Because otherwise you go bare feet, you're going to get your feet wet, believe me.
You're right.
Okay? So
all right, Janie.
you'll get another one, if you're still doing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to still do it as long as I can.
Yeah, Janie, what are you hopped up on?
If I get another one, we'll get you come by and help us out with it.
I would gladly, as long as I don't have to pay out any money, I will gladly help you take care of it.
Mr. Brown.
The money comes from Howard. I'm getting along with him.
Okay.
You know what, Jenny? Sitting that close to Mr. Brown, you probably will get pregnant. Virile. Very virile.
I get pregnant sitting by him.
Yes.
It's going to be one hell of a miracle.
All right.
If I get pregnant any kind of way, it's going to be a miracle.
Well, you just sit there long enough, we'll get you pregnant.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Brown, you are an accomplished artist. You have done it all. And you see no sign of retiring. You're going to keep going.
Now, with this new album I got, I can't retire.
New album. Why even bother?
It's called The Next Step. The Next Step. I'm going to take it to another level. I don't want you to stay here looking at Robin the rest of your life.
Excuse me. What's wrong with that?
I want to look down at you, Robin.
Let me play a little.
Hey, Robin.
Yeah.
He keep looking up.
Mr. Brown, where are you living these days?
You don't want me to... Look, where I live.
Where are you living these days?
I live I'm a Georgia line.
Georgia still?
Georgia line. I live between Augusta and Beach Island.
Right. And your life now is...
Have you calmed down?
Yeah, have you calmed down?
Yes.
Because a couple of years
almost
ago...
as much as you and Robin, but not...
No,
Wait a minute. I think it may have been in the last year and a half. You were... Once again, the police were at the house.
Well, you know why the police comes, don't you?
Why?
Because I'm a black cat and real successful. They got to come and check on me. I want to know if you get away, you understand me?
Mr. Brown, do you feel because you are successful, the police medal, so to speak, in your life?
Well, it goes all the way back to Dr. King. And I stand for what I stand for, and I say what I want to say.
Right. You're controversial.
I want to see us all together. Well, controversial to them because they don't want to do right if they don't like it.
Right.
You know, but me... when I see a kid, I don't see a white, black, or red, or purple kid. I see a child.
But it must be hard
for them. I look out for them, and if they would do 1/10 of a tenth what I do for the community and the poor people, then we'd have a better country.
Don't you think
we got a war on more than terrorism. We got a war on poverty.
You are a successful multi-millionaire recording artist. It must be hard for some of these white cops to see you running around town.
Why? He made his money the honest way.
Well, you know,
he didn't sell any illegal drugs.
I know that, but I'm saying it might be...
He
went
where he was raised in Augusta when he was very young, and I was young.
Well, let Mr. Brown answer.
Got all beat up and everything, but he still go back to Georgia.
Who beat you up, Mr. Brown?
Well, they did a whole lot of things.
Really? The police beat you up?
And then they bragged about it on the radio. So they were popping him on the head, and his hair, the nightstick was popping up. And I was like a kid then. I mean, that was in Augusta, Georgia.
Mr. Brown, is that true?
Yeah, that's when they did Little Richard like that. You're right.
Little Richard.
This is real.
Little Richard?
The manager I had wanted to take the car from Little Richard. Little Richard didn't want to get a car.
Right.
And it got in a thing there.
Right.
And I want to say that wasn't nothing wrong with him. They just handle it the way they want to handle it.
But life calmed down for you. Life has calmed down.
We're not going to talk about the South
Little
or
Richard
the North. What we're going to talk about the fact that we want to get homes paid for, people in homes. We want to get the people off the street. And looking out for them, get them so they'll have a future, something to look forward to. We want to get a black man and a poor Latino man a chance to say, you know what, I think I'll run for president and be president. And not just look at something else.
Are you backing out Sharpton, your buddy?
I back the right for him to run for president.
But you're not backing him for president.
I back the right for him to run for president.
Will you vote for him?
I don't get in politics.
Will you vote for him?
I don't even vote.
Why don't you vote? You're America's #1 guy.
How can I vote when they make me a criminal in a country running for my life?
Oh, really? You can't vote? You lost your right to vote?
Yeah. They took my right. It's a privilege. They took it from me.
Right.
They let you take your driver's license. You don't have no right to license. It's a privilege.
They took away your license?
They took everything away.
You can't drive a car?
No, they gave it back to me.
They did?
Yeah.
But you still can't vote?
But they won't give you the right to vote back.
No, don't have the right to vote. And
I'm going to do
I'm glad you asked me, because how these things, and Robin, and now, these things need to be discussed and talked about. Because we have a beautiful... Look, we've got to have, if not the greatest, right at the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
Because any time a person comes from a family with a 2nd grade education, my father, 4th grade education from my mother, and a 7th grade education from me, and I've accomplished more than any musician ever accomplished in life, because I turned the music around.
Listen to me. I'm going to tell you something
Let me say this. Can I speak?
All right, I'll give you the right to speak. Go ahead.
Well, thank you.
Go ahead.
Well,
Yes.
now you give me the right to speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a privilege. You see that?
Go ahead,
You see
I just gave you the
that?
privilege.
lost that.
Go ahead.
You see it?
I almost took it away from you, but go ahead. Yes.
No, I'm gonna let you talk.
Here's my point. You know, I grew up in a poor black community. I was the one white child there, and your music meant something to me. So I'm going to do something now for you, return the favor. You tell me who you want to vote for, and I will vote for him for you. I will return your right to vote.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Thank you.
Since my word is so accepted throughout the world, I don't want to get in politics.
Really?
Well, for nobody. And Reverend Sharp is like my son. But I want him to have the right to run for president.
Right. What about Iraq? Should we go over there and kill those bastards?
Well, can I say something to you?
Please.
I'm worried about poverty. So we won't kill these people that can become bastards.
J.D., what did he just say?
Poverty.
Poverty.
He heard what I said. He heard what I said. Don't think he didn't hear you.
I don't know if I understand.
He don't want to get on the right side, so he
Robin, what was
he
you saying?
ask you what
I'm not sure exactly.
You're doing the same thing again. You're putting on an old black woman to come through with it. You're still doing the same thing.
Howard, I think
no. Don't practice that same thing, Howard.
What, J.D., come on.
Oh, no.
Please tell me what Mr. Brown is talking about.
No, I will leave it alone.
All right.
I will leave it alone.
Howard, I think he said we're not going to keep bailing y'all out. We had Bethune-Cookman to do it in the fall.
What did he say?
Howard, I think you said poverty caused Iraq.
Right.
No, he didn't.
What did he say, Jamie?
I'm not going to tell you what he said, but he didn't say
But
that.
that's what you're here for.
I know that's what but I'm going to honor his wishes.
No, you have to say it.
This old black
Mr. Brown, allow her to interpret, please.
Huh?
Give her the power to interpret.
No. She's not old, but she know what I'm talking about. She know that old thing.
We from the same old school.
Right on.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And the politics of people from Georgia, we do not discuss it.
That's right.
All right, okay.
And see, we both from Georgia.
Here's where I go,
You from Georgia? What part?
Swainsboro.
Swainsboro.
Yeah.
Oh, God. My father's a turpentine down there. You the baby.
Puckwood, that's it.
Oh, yes, Swainsboro. That's it.
James ever have an accident in Swainsboro?
79 miles below Augusta.
Yes, I used to get Swainsboro and Waynesboro mixed up.
Yeah, everybody does.
Right there. But I know about it.
Oh, yeah.
Mellon and
and Lexus.
Now I really need an interpreter.
Well, you need an interpreter because
Swainsboro.
Every time we start talking about things y'all don't understand, you want to get an interpreter.
I do.
A holler through the crowd.
We understand it. Oh, God.
Let's talk the universal language of music. Music.
That's what we want. We don't want, ladies and gentlemen, you out there.
Here's what I understand.
Gotta drop. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Gotta drop in. Every time I do something, he cut me off. He's up in a hinder me. But anyway, I say to you out there, young ladies and young men, gentlemen in the country, America has been built up, and a lot of people made it through a lot of different things. Music is about 35-40% of the world trade that never changes. I don't care what language you get it in. If we lose that, a lot of people are going to lose a chance to be out there or make it or come out of the ghetto or take care of mother and dad or fulfill any kind of dream, woman or man. Let's not take that away, stealing a song that's not paid for. When you download, when you burn a CD, you just put those people out of work, and you close a lot of doors and a lot of avenues that would have been there has been closed and overnight.
Look how positive you are. I mean, you grew up so. Did you have shoes when you grew up?
No.
Did you ever have? When you grew up 69 years ago, was there even such a thing as a radio?
Yeah.
No, but you know what? It was radio. But you know what? Let's go back. And I'm sure I'm older than you, ma'am.
Not that much.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 62. I'll be 63 in June.
Well, you don't look it.
Thank you. You don't look 69 either.
That's well much having a baby, so you look so young.
Mr. Brown.
36.
Mr. Brown. Did they have radio back then?
Well, what we had was battery radio.
Battery
and
radio.
And the Joe Louis fight, and after that, the battery would be dead.
You don't charge the battery?
Yes.
You didn't
buy one.
No, those wasn't chargeable batteries.
Did you have what'd you have, one room? One-room house?
I had that a long time, a lot of years.
And what did your mother and father do for money? What kind of job?
Well, my mother and dad broke up when I was 4 years old.
Right.
And my dad worked turpentine. That's when I said that.
You worked turpentine?
Yeah, that's pine trees that you cut and
making a V so it'll come drop.
And then the turpentine drop. It's tar-like. And then you take and they send it to a place and they make the turpentine, like the stuff you put in the paint and stuff, paint thinner, all that. That's
turpentine.
And also, when you see a picture out there, pick up a rosin bag, that was made from that turpentine.
Yeah.
So you grew up dirt poor, and look at you now.
Well,
it happened.
Look at that watch. Look at that ring. Look at the glasses. Look at the hairdo. Look at the suit. All from your music.
You're right.
All from your hard work.
You're right, because the knowledge came through there. I didn't have enough education to deal with the system.
Right. You could have ended up in prison?
Yes. Well, I ended up there a couple of times.
Oh, that's true, too.
That's true, too. But for nothing.
Everywhere.
For
Isn't
nothing.
it true? And here's a
for
fact.
Nothing. For nothing. What I did, there's nothing.
Here's something a lot of people don't know about Mr. James Brown, the Godfather of Soul. You were born, stillborn.
That's right.
You were dead when you were born.
That's right.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you doing here?
Why are you here?
Well, because God sent me here and y'all don't want to act right. He said, go on back, James, do some of these fools.
How did he revive you? How did you get revived? You were stillborn.
My great aunt, she laid me aside, and she was a midwife, and she went to deal with my mother. So we had two great aunts then. So the other one picked me up and said, I think I should do something with him. And I laid up for 30 minutes. So she started patting me, spanking, and blew in my throat, and so I sounded like a log, you know, who no life. And she just kept patting me, kept me spanking. And all of a sudden, you know what I said?
What?
Please, 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 please.
Good for you. They spanked the rhythm in you. 30 minutes.
That's amazing.
That's the truth.
And he's not brain dead either.
Thank you, honey.
I am.
Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. And my body.
James Brown
and my body is alive, too.
Mr. James Brown,
With your bed.
who is 69 years old, has almost a 2-year-old
How old
kid.
is his wife? I mean, what is the age gap?
That's a very young, sexy woman.
30 years.
Wow.
30 years? That sounds about right.
About 34 years.
Really?
Yeah,
And that doesn't bother you, the age difference?
It don't bother me. I'm glad it don't bother her, you know, because, you know.
She's very sexy. I
We both
remember
got
her.
younger mates.
Yeah, she had a very...
I'm older than my husband, too. So we all got, we got younger mates.
What did you say, Howard?
Yeah, I remember this woman.
Well, my wife told me to tell you hello. She thanked you for that.
A very sexy woman.
Well, thank you.
A lot of women to handle, I remember that.
Well, I can handle. I'm too old.
By the way, like James Brown, I have a white girlfriend.
No.
You do?
Yeah.
There you go. But you married a black woman.
No, not married. Not married anymore.
Oh, you're not married anymore?
I'm divorced.
But his wife was never black, James.
No, are you really married now? You're divorced now, right?
I'm divorced now.
So you and Robert can carry on. You got to hide them.
Oh, yeah, I've banged her a few times. James Brown.
Believe it.
Damn right it's true.
They can't disbelieve it. How are they going to disbelieve it?
Look at Robin smile.
I see. I can smile.
Yeah. It's a man's world. That's right.
Wouldn't be nothing without a
woman or girl. No, don't point at him and say woman or girl. Point at you and Robin.
You know when I found...
Remind him of that.
You know when I found...
He has to be reminded of that.
Jenny is all excited. She's hot for James Brown.
I know. You know when
I love him.
You know when I found my blackness? Say it loud. It's black and it's proud.
I'm black and I'm proud. It's not it.
Whatever.
He said that's when he found his black.
That's when I found my blackness.
Well, a lot of kids sung that.
That's when I changed everything.
Hey, say it loud.
You don't know.
I found my real identity.
Really? Which is?
Black. I started wearing African clothing. Eating different kind of food. Look at you. Look at you. All right, you wrote a new song. You got a new song out.
Please.
Let me play a little bit of that.
Thank you very much.
You find it here. I've lost it already.
Don't lose it. I want to hear it.
Oh, he hit it. That's what he did.
Hold on. I'm going to find it.
It's there.
It's here. I'm a professional.
Okay.
The song is called...
There's a lot of belief here.
The song is called Motivation.
That's what we all need.
And here's a man who has it.
You can't, no, you're not going into place.
That's right.
Janie, if you don't have motivation, you're not going anywhere.
Nope.
Can't get out of bed in the morning if you don't have motivation.
Right.
That's right. You got to be motivated.
You got to be motivated.
You're right. You got to be motivated. Don't play it all the way through, please.
That's right. That's what we're talking
Yeah, all right,
about.
I'll stop it.
Can't download it.
That's right.
Is it in the store?
Yes, in the store.
I'm going to get it when I leave here.
There you go.
I got it. That's going in my collection. I got all your stuff anyway.
Thank you, man. Well, you know, it's got a hit and a meaning.
I'll set my night train. Not night train.
what?
Not night train. The honky tonk. Remember?
You got all that?
I don't have the vocal. You know what you call it? Bill Doggett did the instrumental. You did the vocal, and that I don't have.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got to find it. I know. You promised me that one, and you never.
Oh, Lord.
Janie, don't start begging for stuff. Come
I'm
on.
not begging. You don't have it.
We didn't mean to cause you a problem, James.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Mr. Brown, it is so good to see you. Of course, tomorrow night and Saturday night, B.B. King's Blues Club in Manhattan is where you'll be.
Want to bring the life back.
Bring some life back to that club.
Well, I'm going to bring some life back to New York. That's all they got is you. I got to bring some life back.
Yeah, you got to do it. It's up to you. And you will be at the Paramount Theater, of the Arts in Oakland, February 15th, and at the House of Blues in Anaheim, California on February 20th. You are legendary. People should go see you.
Yes.
And then, of course, you got your wife with you?
My wife is Tommy Ray. She's from Vegas. And she's Mrs. Brown when she's off stage.
Right.
When you get on stage, she belongs to the people.
She's on stage with you.
She's on stage with me in a new song out of this album called You Got What It Takes, the old Brooke Benton and Donna White song.
Right. Oh,
I cut that.
Right.
Remember that?
We've got that coming through, and we're just doing some great things. Tommy Ray, the Bittersweets, backup group to sing with us, and also the Soul General doing fantastic.
Well, it's great to see you. I want to thank you for coming in here again, honoring this show with your presence.
Always good to see you.
Always good to see you.
Well, I want to say thanks to also to my managers and the new music team I got with me called Intrigue Music. And the fellow wanted to come in and tell you something because he figured that you wasn't going to do it right.
What?
But I'll talk to him when he gets back.
I did it fine.
That's right. He gonna call Robert anyway. Gonna make you sit home and sing the blues. I'll go down to B.B. King and enjoy yourself.
Well, good for you. And
I hope you live 200 years. I live 200 years minus one day, so I'll never know beautiful people like Howard, Robin, and this beautiful lady, and my man back there.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, sir.
Robin, it's been a big morning with Mr. Brown.
Radio Shock Jock, Howard Stern. You're listening.
Anyone who was listening in New York, I'm in the middle of a conversation with Kane. We were talking about Twin Labs Rip Fuel, which is something you're on.
Right. And it works.
And then we were talking about how you were out last night. You guys haven't even been to sleep. And you walked in with you're the lead singer of the Strokes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty good gig.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I agree.
Kane.
Yeah.
So you go out. How do you two guys hook up to go out and, hang out?
We met at one of the K-Rock gigs, and, he's a cool guy. He's very unassuming and very humble and very, very unwanna be a rock star, and we got along, and we're hooking. I mean, we hang out.
He lies.
You're a very rock star?
I am a total
rock star.
Out of control guy. No, I don't know. Yeah, no, I just...
Right.
It's cool to meet a good guy who works in,
So you guys were out drinking all night?
All right, fine. Yes, we were.
But you see, look at Kane. He holds it so much better than Julian.
Yeah,
Julian's a complete mess. Kane is such a hardcore. He knows.
Is that Rip Fuel?
Can I tell? That's Rip Fuel.
He's a good actor, is his thing.
I'm wide awake because of Rip Fuel.
Did you drink the same amount as Julian?
More.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What did you drink?
A few shots of Jaeger.
Right.
And,
God, I don't know how you
That
stand
is
that.
crazy.
Bravo.
I stay away from the beer, though, because, the beer is fattening. So
Right. Well, you're on the you're on Rip Fuel.
At some point, did a brick fall on Julian's head?
That hurts, man.
Julian, you're wasted.
No, actually, I'm just...
He's actually kind of normal.
I was just hanging around this place. I'm just,
tired.
It's really... No, I just...
Did you meet James Brown?
I saw him, and he, blew me against the wall just by seeing him, and...
He's a great man.
I mean, yeah, he's amazing. I was, it's intimidating. I don't know.
You're a young guy, though. How do you know James Brown? I mean, did you grow up listening to those records?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't, have his records, but... Yeah, obviously I know a lot about James Brown. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I could talk to him. Just talk to him. I could listen to this all day.
I like Julian, man. You're
Julian's
cool.
Excited to be here, though. He's a fan of the show, he was saying.
So how's things going since you became, famous from the Strokes? Because that's a big band right now.
I don't know. All I'm doing is just working on new songs.
Where are you from?
I grew up in the city of Manhattan.
Oh, no kidding. So, you're getting, chicks and everything, the whole thing now?
Well, I've had a girlfriend
He
for a
pissed
while.
his girlfriend off earlier.
Oh, yeah?
He was playing his guitar in the house, and, she got up to pee and then slammed the bedroom door.
Yeah, she's pissed off because I'm hanging out with this douchebag.
That's probably it, yeah.
Shane.
No.
Kane's a good man. Kane knows how to party, dude. You're out every night, right?
No, not on Rip Fuel. I had to cut back a little bit.
Yeah. You can't keep up with Kane, my brother. I'm telling you.
I disagree.
I've seen younger guys than you.
He can keep up.
He's going to make a good try anyway.
Right. So, and then the dude who's your drummer, he's dating Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, he is.
Banging her pretty hard, huh?
They're engaged.
I wouldn't put it that way, but yeah, sure.
Where was she? I didn't see her tonight. He was out. Where was she?
I don't know. I guess she was, because we rehearsed all night. So.
Oh, okay. He's engaged to her, I think. That's crazy, because she marries dudes all the time and then gets divorced.
Oh, no, they're not engaged. That was just like a press thing, I guess.
So that's already over.
Gossip thing.
So you grew up in Manhattan? Would you go to one of those fancy schools?
I guess so. I went to Dwight.
Dwight? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know any of these schools.
Yeah. You getting any celebrity poon, or are you still with that girlfriend?
I'm still with a girlfriend.
But you can screw around, I hope.
If you say so.
You ought to get Gwyneth Paltrow.
No, she's got another dude from that other Coldplay.
Yeah, Coldplay, yes, whatever.
I don't even know
Damaged
Coldplay is.
Goods, I don't want to mess with that.
I don't even know Coldplay.
You'd know their song.
Who's Damaged Goods, Coldplay or Gwyneth Paltrow?
Both.
You didn't go to college or anything, did you?
I went for about a year in Long Island, just like studying music.
What, Hofstra?
No, Five Towns.
Five Towns College?
Five Towns College?
I didn't know anybody who went there.
They must have a happening campus.
You must have done real bad on your SATs.
Well, yeah, my GED, I did pretty well, I think.
Good enough diploma.
GED.
Well, let me tell you, man, you're doing well. I wish you a lot of luck.
You've made Five Towns proud.
I don't mean 5 Towns. I mean the fact that you're hanging out with
Kane. Not in the 5 towns, but yeah.
He was so afraid that you guys are going to get crap. And
why?
I don't know, because you guys are intimidating. So
no, intimidating.
Yeah, I was freaking out, man. I was like, I listened to you all my life.
I told you that it was stupid to think like that, but
Yeah. Look at Kane. Hanging out with all these people. You got that right. He's a star effer.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Not even.
Because Kane has tons of famous friends.
Does he?
Like whenever someone like...
What, you called me Booker?
No, but you do. You have tons of famous friends.
I don't. I really don't. I barely have friends.
But if you have one, he's famous.
It's true.
That's why he's hanging
My
out.
phone never rings.
What bar do you guys go to? You must go to like the Hip Bar. What is the Hip Bar?
No, not the Hip Bar, man. You just sleazy little bars.
Where'd you go?
I saw a band tonight. He didn't want to go see Simple Plan because there's too many people there, so he didn't want to go. So I met up with him later at, I don't even know what the hell it was.
Hey, didn't your dad own some modeling agency or something?
Yeah, he did.
Man, that must have been hot. When you were growing up, like, did you just see tons of hot
Hang out
chicks?
with Dad at work, huh?
I mean, I didn't really, I wasn't part of that, but yeah, I mean...
What was the modeling agency?
Elite.
Oh,
Elite? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, is he still involved with that?
No, not anymore.
Because we'd love to go down there and just kind of hang.
Is your dad...
He's the only guy who wants to distance himself from that.
You want to distance yourself from that?
No, not at all. I mean...
It's way cool.
Hold on. Is your dad's not the Casablanca guy, is it?
I'm the Casablanca guy, too, yeah.
Oh, that's the Mac Daddy, Howard.
That's the Mac Daddy?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
John Casablancas?
Yeah.
Oh, he started the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. He's the original model guy.
Wow.
He started the original model.
Who's your mom, Cindy Crawford?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Jane Crawford,
right.
Casablancas.
Let me hear a little of your music. Hold on a second. I've been out of it lately. I don't know anything.
No, it sucks, man. Don't bother.
Your music sucks?
Yeah.
Let me hear it. Wait a second.
Don't waste your time with it.
That's you? You play guitar?
No, that's not me.
You gonna take responsibility for that? This is you singing, though, right?
No, I never heard this band. Mastermind promoter.
Is it great being on stage, man, and playing and singing?
Yeah. The cloud is bored, yawning.
How many of these you sell?
How many?
Yeah.
Records?
Yeah.
I think 800,000, something like that.
Nice.
That's a lot.
You guys are wasted.
They are.
Don't say guys.
No.
I mean, Kane's functioning pretty well.
I feel okay. I guess I'm just naturally incoherent.
I've had a water for every beer. So.
Oh, you say you're smart.
Yeah, I wouldn't know Kane was on anything, drunk or anything, if I didn't look at his eyes popping out of his head.
What are you saying?
If you put on eyeglasses, your eyeballs will touch the glass.
I'm tired.
So what'd you do? You did your show yesterday from, the Kane and Cabby show.
2 to 6.
Or the Kane show with Cabby. You did that from 2 to 6?
No, I like Kane and Cabby. Kane and Cabby show.
All right. And then you went and had dinner. Did you hook up with Julian at dinner?
No,
No. I went to the gym.
Yeah.
You went to the gym.
And I went to a bar to see a show, and then I met up with him, later.
And then you guys stayed up all night?
Didn't mean to. Just happened.
Well, Cabby called me, yesterday, and I called him. He said he wasn't going out because he had some... and then he gave me his number, and then I called him.
Cabby had an audition?
For what?
I have no idea.
Wow.
I think he was blowing you off, Julian. That was a nice way to say, I don't want to go out with you.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't mind. I was
kidding.
Everyone said your breath reeks of alcohol, Kane, though.
Well, of course, because, that's what happens.
Is that why they gave us gum in the hallway? It was like, okay, I'll take some gum.
This one piece of gum isn't hiding it?
Hey, listen, you guys sound like you had a wild night.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Julian, nice meeting you.
Dude, I'm still going to hear it from Fantasy and King.
Why are you going to hear from it?
Because you
can't go out drinking with rock stars?
You go on Howard's show all, without sleeping. I'm going to hear about it. I'm going to hear about it.
You sound fine.
You did a great job of promoting your show.
I wish we had the breathalyzer here. I'd love to do a breathalyzer. You got one?
I think I have a whole lot.
I'll bet right now.
What?
I'm going to be more than him. I will be higher than Julian, I think, yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't care.
My money's on Julian.
I think I'll be higher.
Hey, Julian, how old are you?
24.
Wow.
That's when you should be drinking.
Yeah, but he should be able to hold it better than Kane.
Yeah, he's all right.
24, you should be able to hold it better than Kane. Kane's a pro.
Dude, I should be so much more mature than I am.
I mean, yeah.
When I started in radio, the DJs never got to hang out with the rock stars.
They weren't cool.
Yeah, we just played their records. We were a bunch of geeks.
Yeah,
now,
cool.
You got good-looking guys like Kane hanging out. I don't know what I did.
You made it cool for the rest of us.
I didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, now the DJs are hanging out with the rock stars.
Right. Remember, you get blown off by guys from Journey.
I got Journey. The guy told me I look like Big Bird.
Clown is freaking me out.
What, clown?
There's no clown here. What clown?
What clown? Don't use the S word. I'll throw you right out of here. Rock star or no rock star?
I'm sorry.
But I don't know what you're talking
about. I honestly feel like more...
You don't have a breathalyzer?
No, we used to have one, but they don't anymore.
All right.
We can't test you guys.
I'm still higher.
All right, well, anyway, boys. Oh, by the way, the guy sitting right there is Nick Ferguson of the New York Jets.
I'm a Jets fan.
Yeah, that's Nick.
Cool, I guess.
Well, we were in the hallway, and he was talking about how I told him the position I play, and he said that he'd rather like it because it's a position where you can really crunch somebody. So,
got a lot of aggression?
Yeah.
Julian must have an effed up life, angry at that Casablancas dude. Want to hit people. I can't believe the Jets...
Eject. Abort.
Nick, I can't believe the Jets lost, man. That was such a disappointment.
Come on,
Oakland, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, what's with that?
Hey, you can't win all the time. So you just pretty much learn from your mistakes and move on past that.
Was that a big eye-opener when, Oakland... played so well?
You know what? I'm not going to take anything away from Oakland, but I have to say that I was pretty happy that they lost, actually.
You were? Why?
Yeah,
they got that
no, because...
Agreed.
Because
really?
They're the type of team, they are, so cocky.
Yeah.
They were cocky when we played them, and for them to win, they'll think that they're unstoppable.
Yeah.
So Tampa pretty much brought them back down to earth.
Yeah,
so.
That's true.
Way down.
I just had money on Oakland.
Yeah, because they did say some rotten things about the Jets.
Yeah. And then they had players talking about...
hey, Julian, sorry we're keeping you up.
The game afterwards, so...
Yeah.
So.
We're talking football. Julian goes, what time is it?
I feel like it's midnight. I'm sorry.
I'll have what you're having, Julian.
Now the clown is talking to you, right?
I'm just happy to be here, I guess.
What is it, Sabrina? Yes, go ahead and talk.
She popped about 6 Xanax.
Julian, she said you sound like you took about 6 Xanax.
Yeah, share with the rest of the class.
What are you on, really?
What? Share with the rest of the class.
What are you on, really?
Okay.
You guys are all talking all over here. What'd you say, ma'am?
What is he on really?
What are you really on?
Heroin? What do you want me to say?
Heroin? Oh.
No, I'm just, I don't know, I'm just, it's just strange.
He's having a surreal
I see you on TV, and here I am, and it's nice, and I don't know.
It's good being here.
I'd rather just stare.
Jamie, you're on the air.
Howard, this guy is a friggin' retard.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's just high. He's high.
Hey, Howard.
Jealous.
I heard you talking earlier. Sorry about that. I heard you talking earlier about hairy shoulders and all that. I'm 22 years old, and I look like a friggin' gorilla.
You go to Completely Bare. That's where I go.
I'm upstate, though. I'm up in Albany.
So what can I tell you?
The trip, right?
Get a car.
Yeah, drive down.
I'll drive down if you hook me up.
I'm not hooking you up. You call over there.
Why?
Why do I have to hook you up?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't ask things,
I don't have any freebies for over Completely Bare.
Just burn it off.
It's your hair. Get rid of it if it bothers you.
I tried that. I tried shaving my balls. I tried shaving my back.
Well, your balls, you're not going to go to Completely Bare for your balls.
They won't do that?
I mean, why don't you just light your balls on fire?
Yeah, that'll take care of it.
Yeah, that'll get rid of the hair.
Quiet, buddy.
Light a fart.
Couldn't he get like a full body bikini wax or something like that?
Yeah, go to one of those Brazilian women and that'll rip the hair out of you.
Yeah, but you just have to work anywhere. You can get at the tunnel.
Hey, Nick, do you guys like shave your legs and stuff? Or is that just swimmers?
No.
Don't you have to tape your legs?
Yeah, you have to tape them. I shave up to my calf.
Really?
Because, it could become a real big problem trying to rip that tape off.
Yeah.
So, but no full body shaving.
What about the Strokes? Do they shave their legs or?
Yeah, what do they do to go on stage?
What do they do?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
If there could be a dream occupation for your father, wouldn't it be model agency owner?
Not for me.
It would be for me.
It might be creepy, though, Cause
Why?
Because your dad's, around all these hot chicks, and you get all these feelings like he's banging them all.
Yeah, by the way,
It was cool. It just wasn't cool for my mom.
Right.
Oh.
Your mom and your dad were
Who I grew up
split
with,
up?
so.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad was banging the models, and then they split up?
Well, I wouldn't put it that way, but
Probably.
similar, I guess.
Yeah, that's hard on a
Who was he
kid.
married to? He was married to a couple of...
Who's your mom? Is she famous, too? Like a model?
No.
Mom was probably a regular.
She was a mom when she was in, her 20s.
Right.
But who else did he marry?
Who else did he marry?
Yeah.
Mia Farrow, right?
Liz Taylor? No, I'm kidding.
Mia Farrow, right?
No, Mia Farrow. No.
Lauren Hutton?
Chaka Khan?
No. A girl called Aline,
Oh, her.
Oh, they had exotic names.
That's, yeah.
Right.
To be a rock star, he's really cool.
He's almost dead.
Yeah, because when they told him I played for the Jets, he was really, happy because he had never met a player before. And then James Brown walks past, and both of us are just standing there looking at each other because,
You couldn't believe it?
Yeah, it's James Brown.
Hey, by the way, did you check out James Brown's entourage? He came in here after we were taking pictures. James got 4 guys that traveled and take pictures.
Yeah.
But they use Polaroids.
They're old school.
Old school Polaroids.
Trying to save money wherever they can.
He's got a major entourage.
James is still stuck in the 70s.
He's got the Polaroid.
How old is he?
69.
And I don't see a gray hair on his head.
No, you won't.
You won't ever.
Well,
you can be sure of that.
James said he still has the juice. Leave him alone.
Did you meet his manager? His manager's name is Super Frank.
Yeah, I met Super Frank.
Everybody's got a weird name.
And they all call him Mr. Brown, and they were calling me Mr. Howard. And
Miss Robin, they called me.
I think James kind of says to him, listen, not only do you call me Mr. Brown, but all of the people I associate with you, Mr. Robin, Mr. Howard, Mr. Yucko the Clown.
Massa Yucko the Clown.
Well, say it now. Yeah.
Okay. Say it now.
None of these musicians can frickin' talk today.
You are freaky.
That's what I say. You are sleepy.
Julian.
Yeah.
I have a question for Julian, Howard.
Go ahead, Vinny.
Julian, have you heard from Tom Petty about how similar your song sounds to his American Girl? Kind of like plagiarism?
Yeah, I sort of ripped that part off.
Oh, he's honest.
You're honest about it.
Yeah, it was more like a rhythm thing. It wasn't like a
It's the whole song.
melody.
What are you talking about? You ripped off the whole tune.
Hey, don't ruin the guy's head. He's high as a kite.
Carrying on about Vinny. What have you done?
What a buzzkill,
I sounded like it's actually wrote the song.
Yeah, you're giving him a bad trip.
Come on, Julian.
No.
Are you going to give him some money from, like, your royalties?
Yeah, I'll give him some money if it makes you feel better.
Yeah, hey, Vinny, why don't you go rip off Jumpin' Jack Flash? All right, Dave, go ahead. You're on the air.
Jets suck.
Jets suck. Well, you're going to get a lot of that, Nick.
Yeah. Jets suck, man.
Nick, you're going to get a lot of that.
Hey, this is New York. Not everybody's a Jet fan, so, I mean... You know,
yeah, but what you can do is grab the ball once or twice, put it in the end zone.
Say that here now, that'd be different.
Hey, I agree with you. I agree
Have
with
Mr. Ferguson greet you.
Go to Alcoholics Anonymous, you homo.
You said that you should go to Alcoholics Anonymous and then called you a homo.
That's cool. I agree, I guess.
Play rock and roll trivia with that retard with his own song.
Oh, that's Sean.
How dare you.
Being ridiculous.
That's Sean. He's very jealous of anybody who's successful. So what are you, on tour now?
No, we're just working on new songs.
No, I think he's on Valium right now.
Oh, thank you,
Yucko!
Yeah, I get it. I seem sleepy or drunk, but I'm sorry. I'm just...
Since he's been here, has he not perked up a little bit?
He has. I wish we had that breathalyzer. James, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
Hey, brother.
Hey, Julian, man, I want to smoke some of that weed you got. Hey, listen, I think my girlfriend cheated on me at a Strokes concert in Portland, Maine.
Really?
Probably true.
Yeah, so I think you guys suck.
Wait, with the band?
Well, I don't know if it was while the music was playing or if it was afterwards.
It's not their fault. Don't blame me.
Are you still with her?
Hey, Kane, when are you going to play Gary and Stump the Buoy?
As soon as he wants me to.
Yeah, when are we doing that?
Anytime you want.
Let's do that. Can you win, Kane?
I know I can win.
I'd like to play him right now, to tell you the truth, because I think I can beat him.
You need a handicap?
For what?
He's been up already.
I don't know how proud I should be of knowing all that 80s music, but yeah, I think I could win now.
All right, listen, do I have to take a break?
Yeah.
I just want to go home.
I've been enjoying this. I
know, it's been fun.
Thanks.
Hey, Julian, nice meeting you. Good luck.
You too, man. Thanks.
Yeah, very nice meeting you. Kane, good seeing you. We'll have you in here for Stump the Buoy when you sober up.
Yeah, really, sober up.
We're working in 2 hours.
But you see, Kane's got a good gig, because even during the week he can go out all night.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It must be wonderful to work in the afternoon.
Yeah, he can go home, go to sleep now, and then wake up and do that show of his.
But he's not going to, because Kane has to be here at 12:30, which is what? To get
Whoa, 12:30.
12:30?
Well, that's when Cabbie gets here at noon.
Yeah, that's Cabbie.
I get here at 5 to 2.
Yeah, I mean... He doesn't have to prepare for anything. He's playing records.
Look how dilated those eyeballs are right now.
That's great. That's great.
F you.
The clown is freaking
How about that one?
I'm waiting for it. Come on.
Hey, you sound like you had a stroke.
That's all? That's all you got? I could have come up with that one.
Freaky and not funny and scary, actually.
Whoa. Wow. I'm going to bring in my pink elephant next for you. You big jerk.
I was hoping for more, but, you know, whatever.
What are you going to do?
Should I just...
Go fight him, that's all.
Right.
No. Don't fight him. Don't fight him.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Julian's not going to fight.
Julian, come on. Stop it.
He'd fall asleep.
Julian, it's great seeing you. And Kane, great seeing you. Nick, what's your deal? You going to hang out and watch us?
Thanks,
Yeah, I'm
guys.
going to hang out.
All right, hang out.
Very cool to meet you.
Cool meeting you, too. And good luck with the Strokes and all that kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, maybe act professional and get some sleep, all right?
Yeah, take the job seriously.
I don't think so.
It's not going to happen.
You'll keep me energized.
Right. Hey, good meeting you, Julian. We'll be back right after these words.
Here's staff member Casey Armstrong showing America what a 790 SAT and a degree from Western Kentucky University can do.
When you soak the meat overnight, what is that process called? What do you do to the meat?
You add some, the serenade.
You serenade the meat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how long did you serenade the meat?
For like 3 or 4 days.
You serenaded the meat for 3 or 4 days. What were you cooking?
I cooked the George Foreman grill.
Did you?
Chickens.
So you can cook the chicken without any serenade on it. Right.
No, you leave it in there.
So you serenade the meat for 3 days.
Right.
Wait a minute, he left it in the grill for 3 days?
No, he serenades for 3 days.
But where does he serenade it?
In the freezer, and then you take it out and you put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
You're listening to a man who sees a psychiatrist 4 times a week.
Howard Stern.
Hey-oh.
Hey now. Hey Nick, why don't you just sit on the couch? It'll be a lot easier for you. Hey now. Robin, it is news time.
Yes, it is.
Nick Ferguson stopped by the New York Jets. I had to kick his ass during the commercial.
Who?
Knicks.
Really?
Yeah, I just took care of business.
I didn't see that. How could I miss that?
Knicks with the Jets. Wanted to come by. He didn't even want to be on the show. He just wanted to see what the hell we did. Now that he's seen it, he's disgusted.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm not that disgusted.
Yeah. It's too bad the Jets didn't go to the Super Bowl. That would have been fun and interesting. But I got to tell you, I was shocked by the ratings. Oakland versus Tampa was a huge
Very well.
event.
It went up 3%.
Did it?
Yeah. Oh, that's Yucko the Clown over here. Hey, Yucko.
Yucko with stats.
Hey.
Media savvy clown. That's what we
I'm in tight with the Nielsen's.
Yeah.
I thought I'd never get on here after that crackhead who couldn't talk, and then the Strokes guy. He's got a date with Sharon right now.
Sharon
Needles.
Sharon Needles?
Yeah.
Look at you.
He must have gone out and written some material.
Sharon Needles. It's you. Yucko.
Yucking it up.
You know what he reminds me of? You ever watch any of the Star Wars movies?
Yeah.
The guy who plays like the Emperor?
What? Oh, you mean with the pointy head and the rubber piece?
No, not that guy.
Which guy?
The guy, he's like the Palpatine.
What do you say?
No, he's like Palpatine. That's what he reminds me of. He looks like him and he sounds like it. So...
Kind of reminds me of Harrison Ford.
Okay. I get that all the time, Marty. Yeah, greasy Goomba Dago Wop.
Oh, yeah, I'm on your side.
Wow.
Come on. I'm sitting beside Lando Calrissian here.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, that's fine. I'll take that. That's Billy D. Williams.
That's right.
Hey, my teammates call me that anyway.
Really? Billy D?
Yeah.
You're a good-looking guy. What's your story? You getting girls?
Yeah, of course. Remember last time I told you? Yeah, girlfriend.
Any of them white?
No. No.
I bet you are.
You got to be banging a few white chicks.
No.
Really?
No, not at all.
Not into that?
No.
Oh, jeez.
You know what? Like I said before, I have this one girl, and I'm trying to stay honest with and true to her. And
how old are you?
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that marriage thing, you know?
Oh. Dude.
Don't wait a minute. Don't give me that. You know, I'm 28, you know, and it's time to start thinking about settling down. So she's a nice woman. I met the family, so.
Yeah, and in 5 years when you get a divorce and all your money.
All your jet money.
All your jet money, half of it's out the window. You know, how long do you think the average football player gets to play in the NFL?
Well, on the average, I think they say it's about, I guess maybe
5 years?
No.
Not even.
No, 3 years.
3 years. There's always someone younger and better coming along. You got to sock away the dough and don't let some chick get her hands on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you know what? You're the guy who's getting busted up in there, not her.
But you are going to have a prenuptial agreement. You wouldn't get married to that one, would
Sign
you?
a frickin' prenup.
Have you talked to
even
her
the
about
clown knows that.
Have you talked to her about it? No, I hadn't got to that part yet. My mom doesn't seem to think that I'll get any woman to agree to that.
Can we call her for you? We can broach the subject.
No.
Well, look, Robin, the way the Jets have been playing, the only way he's going to get a ring is if he gets married.
That's not nice.
Yeah, that was really low. That was real low.
Hey, spoken like a Jet fan.
I'll tell you who does it, right? James Brown at 70. He's having kids and settling down.
Well, he likes to space his kids out. The last one was 42 now, so it's time for another one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what Nick makes, but I know the league minimum, I think we figured out the other day, was somewhere between $300 and $400,000. So Nick's probably doing pretty good, and I don't know how many years of that you got, left. Could be 5, could be 10, could be 2. And, so you want to save that money, man.
Well, I don't even know what? I have my money in a couple of things.
That's a good thing. Your money. Your money.
Yeah, and then now I'm a pretty wise spender. See, some people on my team seem to call me cheap, but
being smart.
I use another word. So I don't like to spend my money as though like some of the other players. Like I don't make like I don't even Testaverde money.
Yeah, right. So, I don't even know what position you play.
What do you play?
So strong safety.
Yeah, strong safety.
Defensive back. It's
there you go.
You drive.
Mercedes.
No.
Escalade.
No. No.
Well, let's play a game. Guess Nick's car.
All right. Buick Electra.
Lexus.
No.
Explorer.
No.
Caddy.
No.
Eldo.
You know what? That would seem so typical. Driving a Cadillac. No, black guy, Cadillac.
I had an Eldo for a while.
And you seem like an SUV guy with the blacked out windows.
I'm an SUV guy.
Yeah.
Corvette.
So which one is it?
How can I be an SUV guy and you yelling Corvette?
Just yelling anything out.
Trailblazer?
Nova.
Land Rover.
No.
Fubu, Popeyes.
No. No one's going to get it. I mean, it's kind of obvious just as an SUV, but it's a Chevy Tahoe.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah,
Does Sean John make a car?
No. If you go to the right place, you can go and get some Sean John material put in the inside of the upholstery.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys riding around with, like, Louis Vuitton, interior.
Oh, my God.
That's a little eccentric, but, there's guys doing it.
You must see so many guys just wasting their money in the NFL.
Yeah,
Spending.
You see it a lot.
Going to the clubs every night. I saw Tiki Barber in a club one night, but he didn't seem to be spending anything. Everyone was giving him free junk.
Hey, that's the unique thing about being a player, though. You really don't have to spend your money. People give you free stuff.
People want you there.
Yeah, people want you to endorse their product. So.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a weird dynamic with football teams. Guys like Nick mingle with multi-millionaires, right? Like, you hang out with them, so...
And then you can get some, you talk to them and you listen, get some investment, advice.
You got the big house?
No. Not the big house.
No.
Crack house?
Yucko!
Look at Yucko trying to make...
No, not quite the crack house. Cracks in the pavement, probably, but no crack house.
No. So. Anyway, let's do some news. Nick Ferguson from the Jets is here. Yucko the Clown is here. See Yucko tomorrow night. And Saturday night at the Dancing Monkey in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. And Sunday at the Millennium Comedy Club in Clementon, New Jersey. And you can go to damshow.com for more Yucko DVDs and stuff. All right, Robin, what do we got in the news?
All right, what was the first magazine you looked at so you could get a glimpse of a naked woman?
National Geographic.
That's right, Howard. And now they're coming out with a swimsuit issue.
What? I can't even believe National Geographic's still in business.
It is. Who does buy that magazine?
It's such a crap magazine.
What type of women are they going to have in that magazine?
They're going to have bare breasts, naked bottoms, and...
Miss Nude Ethiopia.
So really, what is it?
A girl wearing well-placed shells. So,
Really?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Timed roughly to coincide with the publication of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. National Geographic says theirs is meant to be a lighter-hearted version.
It's always weird that, they would go to Africa and photograph women with their bare breasts and sell that on the newsstand, and yet Playboy, because they were white American women,
right?
You can't sell that over the newsstand. It had to be hidden away. But basically, it was the same content.
Their breasts weren't worthy of study.
Oh, yes, they were.
Yeah, usually swimsuit models are starving by choice.
Isn't that weird, though?
National Geographic, that's educational material, so...
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you throw a couple of lines in there, talk about Africa, Geneva, hey.
Did you ever think, growing up, that, maybe in Africa, Playboy is the National Geographic?
Yeah.
In Africa, they look at that and they go, wow, look at that. This is something that we study.
Yeah, look at Miss October.
Brought to you by the Ebola virus.
Oh, my goodness. Why don't you take a rest?
Yucko, bringing it all out.
Hey, Robin.
Yucko, there's a line, and you crossed it.
I thought Nell Carter died.
Oh.
And that's horrible.
That is horrible.
The roast is over.
I went to a funeral with a forklift.
Anyway, the cover is one of the few pictures that was specifically taken for this issue, but they will be looking at how people have dressed for swimming over the last 100 years.
Yeah, Brian, you're on the air.
How they do it.
Oh, my God. Don't jump at this dirty nigga.
What?
Yo.
What's with you in the N-word?
What is your problem?
That nigga's banging your butt.
Oh, stop it.
Allison.
What kind of thing is that to say?
And Robin.
What?
You banging Robin, too.
So what if I'm banging Robin? It's none of your
he's
business.
talking about Nick, I think.
Oh, Nick?
Banging James Brown's old lady Janet.
A lot of racists out there, my friend. Gotta be very careful. I'm the victim of most of it.
Cowards who like to use the N-word on the phone.
Right. Yeah. Only on the phone.
Yeah.
Come down and say that to me. I'll run.
That's a lot of racists. One of them sitting to your left, Nick.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Yucko. Yucko, the racist, anti-Semitic clown. Anyway, go ahead, Robin.
All right. Mel Karmazin, it looks like he is staying. We can all breathe a sigh of relief here at
Viacom.
Infinity Viacom, or whatever we're called today. They haven't come to a complete deal yet, but Mel has said that they've agreed to a short-term contract extension so that I guess they can work out whatever else they need to work out so that they can come to a final deal that will take him further along in the company for at least another year or two.
It doesn't serve my interest to see Mel leave.
No.
I would leave, too. Ryan, you're on the air.
Good morning, Howard, king of all media. This is Ryan, Cleveland. Good morning, Robin. Good morning.
All right, thank you for the call. Goodbye.
Wait, hold up, Howard.
Boring.
All I want to say is, listen, you got to give Yucko Artie's job. The guy's got to go. He's not even close to Jackie. Jackie was hilarious. For a drunken douchebag, he was funny. You got to admit it. Come on now.
I always thought Jackie's funny. I think Artie's funny. I think Yucko's funny. Quite frankly, I think Nick Ferguson's funnier than all of them.
Jackie left.
Jackie left. I had no choice. Ralph, you're on the air.
I got a theory with the Jets. You know, the best thing to happen to the Jets in years was Vinny Testaverde getting injured. I think he faked it so he could bow out gracefully. I think it was a setup.
No way.
Yeah. Because look how good Chad, right out of the box, he was great.
You think Vinny faked? Why would he have to fake his own injury?
Because it's a way for them to get rid of him, but he can bow out gracefully.
Did he come up with this idea on his own?
No, they probably forced him to. Because he's horrible.
Nick.
No, Vinny is not that bad of a quarterback.
Not that bad.
No,
That's
you
saying a
know,
lot.
contrary to what a lot of people think about him, you know, he's a damn good player. You know, sometimes as a player, whether you're the quarterback or not, you run a streak of bad luck. But anytime when the team
that's like a 3-year streak with him.
When the team is winning, everybody is rooting for the quarterback. But when the team is losing, he takes all the punishment. So, I mean...
Well, that's because he doesn't move. He just stands there.
Despite what anybody think of him, I like Vinny. You know?
Yeah, I think
we have a great thing going with having both him and Chad as our quarterback. So...
You like Vinny better than Chad, right?
I mean, because I know him a lot better.
Why do you think Chad choked in the last game?
Say what now?
Why do you think Chad choked in the last game?
I wouldn't say Chad choked.
You wouldn't?
No. I mean, there's a lot...
He was throwing to receivers that were like 10 feet away from the ball. What would you call that?
Listen, if you are... I mean, apparently it seems that you are a sports fan, and if you know anything...
I'm an expert.
You're an expert.
I'm a football expert.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Expert. But,
he bets on what color uniforms the guys wear.
Yeah. Hey, things happen. You know, things happen, and sometimes you have adversity during the game, and whoever is able to overcome that adversity wins the game. And so Oakland was able to do that day. So, I mean...
Does that satisfy you, Ralph?
No, I still think the Jets just kind of choked. You know, they weren't playing up to what they were playing, and when it came down to the wire, they just couldn't handle the pressure.
Well, it's always great being on the outside looking in.
Yeah, Ralph has never played one game.
Hey, Ralph, no offense. What's in your mouth, dude?
Cough drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'd like to give a shout-out to my friend who actually won the Super Bowl, Kerry Jenkins.
You realize you took in football to a hairdresser?
As a hairdresser, huh?
Not even.
Not even. I can't even do that.
Thank you. Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
I think this is pretty cool. Peter O'Toole, they wanted to give him an honorary Oscar this year at the Academy Award ceremonies.
And he said no.
Nominated 7 times and never won. And he said, I'd rather not. I thank you for the honor, but I'm not coming to pick it up.
He said because he's still in the game and he don't want to be like an honorary anything. He wants to win the Oscar outright.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They have nominated him 7 times and never given it to him.
Right.
He doesn't want their fake Oscar. Oh. So he said, no thanks.
Is he Irish?
Yes.
O'Toole.
Yeah. There you go.
What was your hint?
That O took me off. Mickey.
No.
I think that's cool. Most people run there and grab it, but he said no.
Peter O'Toole, is he Irish?
What else is in the news, Rob?
Billy Joel, they're still asking if he was drinking the night he got into that accident.
Don't they take like a breathalyzer test?
They give him a test.
No, they didn't.
What, the hospital, they checked his blood?
A breathalyzer right then, and the hospital has not said they gave him a blood test.
Oh, really? I thought I read that.
You read that, but that's never been a hospital statement.
Oh.
So everybody's still wondering what happened on that night. Now there's a report in Page 6 that he was at the American Hotel in Sag Harbor.
By the way, that is a great place.
A few hours before the accident, he dined with 2 women, his former girlfriend and some real estate agent. At least 2 bottles of wine, a quantity of champagne, and several cognacs were brought out to the sofa chairs in the lobby where the trio were seated.
Sounds like breakfast for me. What a frickin' lightweight.
However, his spokesperson still says that they are sure that the dinner companions were drinking, but Billy was not. So the question is still hanging out there.
3 or 4 cognacs and 2 bottles of wine with 3 people, you should be able to drive with that.
It sounds like only 2 chicks would drink that.
You know what I don't like is Christy Brinkley, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, okay, Billy had a car accident. And Christy went and took pictures of the car because she doesn't want Billy driving with her daughter and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. But notice she's got to go get herself photographing Billy's car. Couldn't she, say to him privately, look, I don't want you driving the kid? You know what I mean? She's got to make a whole...
If there was a problem with that. If he fought it, maybe she'd have a case. But nothing's happened yet.
That's the goddamn problem with divorce. You can't stop talking to your ex-wife.
No, that's the problem with kids.
Yeah.
You always have to deal with the parents, or as parents, with the kids.
Couldn't she send someone to photograph Billy Joel's car? She had to be there to get attention.
Isn't there such a thing as an insurance claims agent?
Of course. There's all kinds of people who take pictures.
Should hit her instead of that frickin' tree.
Right, Lenny, you're on the air.
Actually, it's Mel. Nick, I got a more important question. Who's got a bigger penis, Chad Pennington or Vinny Testaverde?
That's a good question. Go ahead, Nick.
If you have an answer...
Come on, Nick. You know you checked them out in the locker room.
You guys all shower together, right?
No comment on that.
But you do shower together.
You never got a little chubbed up when the trainer rubs you down? Come on, Nick. Come clean.
No.
No?
No. No. Sorry, I can't answer that for you, but no.
I still can't believe you haven't banged a white woman. I think you should do that once in your life.
What is the difference between a white woman and a black woman?
How are you ever going to know till you do it?
Oh, you got to check it out.
Last I heard, a woman is a woman, right?
Oh, yeah, but come on.
Yeah, but James Brown said that he's really old.
He's still stuck in his 70s, so...
Yeah.
Forbidden fruit, my brother.
Yeah.
Forbidden fruit.
You ever go into the cheerleaders' locker room and you pull out the panties and sniff them?
Well, you know what? That would be, so hard to do considering that we don't have cheerleaders.
Oh, you don't?
In high school you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about college, high school?
College, yeah, we had them. High school, yeah, we had them too. So.
Exactly.
Times were different then.
What else is doing, Robin?
Saddam Hussein is in the news. He is back to making threats against the United States.
Bring it on, you towel-headed camel jockey sand nigger.
Where will you be?
Oh, what is with the N-word? Why are you so racist?
Sand in front of it.
Camel jockey's fine, but,
But where
I don't think putting
be?
sand in front of anything is going to help.
Where will you be when the
Nick's
fighting
about to beat your ass.
He's an arm reach.
Yeah, yucko. Where will you be when the fighting starts?
When the war starts?
That's right.
I'll be glued to my television set watching every bomb blow them away.
Hey, by the way,
brave of you.
You know what? Yucko is kind of brave. When the sniper was in Washington, D.C., he did go down there with a big sign saying, come on, shoot me, you
And what
bastard.
happened?
He ran out of there.
Yeah, he ran away.
Got out of town.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. When you stare down the...
Scared.
Here's Saddam Hussein, C3. He says he lays out a threat for the U.S. Here he goes.
Oh, him with the threats. He shouldn't be threatening us right now.
If they have illusions, by God, America will be harmed. It is
This is the guy we needed to interpret James Brown.
not in the American people's interest that such harm come to it, its reputation, and economy.
All right.
What is this really about? Is it about oil or
It's about oil, man.
It's about everything.
I'm sick of paying what we pay at the pump. We're going to have all the oil we need in about a month or two.
With all this technology that we have, can we find another way? Can we use, I know they're making these cars now that are like, solar powered?
You want to go 60 miles an hour? Or you want to have the ability to go 110?
What are you going to do on a rainy day?
Billy Joel wants Billy Joel wants a hydrogen-powered car?
Hey, that's better than sending a whole bunch of soldiers over to the Middle East,
man,
you know?
Don't talk like that.
Hey, I'm sorry.
No, we're going to kick some mother effing ass.
I've seen too many war movies to know that that's the place that I don't want to go.
Let me tell you something. After we take over that country, we're going to have so much friggin' oil. You're going to be paying 10 cents a gallon. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. That's our oil over there, my brother.
Our oil?
That's our oil right here. The Americans, United States of America. That's me and you. And we are going to have all the oil we need.
Now, isn't there such a thing? I mean, I know
we're going to rape that country.
He was talking about maybe a possibility of finding oil in Alaska or something. But
sure, but we don't want to mess up our Alaska. Alaska's got, that's a whole balance of hot and cold.
Right.
Global warming.
We don't want that. No.
Yeah, and plus, Alaska is a beautiful tundra. We don't want to mess it up with metal and... Over there you go.
I'm just listening to you two. I think you two are the last people who should be talking about this issue.
What, a football player and a disc jockey? We got a clown in the room.
What's wrong with that?
Where do I sign up? He said it was going to be the mother of all wars last time. It's going to be the mother-in-law of all wars this time.
Scumbag.
Oh, goodness. Here's Colin Powell, who...
He's good, Colin
He
Powell.
says that we should not continue to allow Saddam Hussein to hide the weapons of mass destruction he has under his control.
There you go.
And this is what he's going to say to the UN next week when he goes to talk to them. See, too.
Some of it will be new information that were really not relevant to the inspector's work, but relevant to making the case with respect to the Hussein regime's possession of weapons of mass destruction.
I don't know what he said, but I agree with it.
That's right. Well, Senator Ted Kennedy is not convinced.
I'm not convinced.
We can't go to war.
Sending Senator
Billy Joel, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was driving for Billy Joel. No, sending Senator Ted Kennedy to disagree is the worst thing you could do. It's people he's a joke now.
You know who they should send over there?
Who?
Me.
Jimmy Carter.
Me.
No, they sent him over there.
Jimmy Carter. Every time there's a problem, he's always there, and there's always a solution.
Don't believe it. He goes to places where it's already a solution. He goes there just when there's about to be a solution and takes all the credit. He's nothing, that guy. When he was president, he couldn't do anything. Couldn't even get the hostages back.
Hey, Jesse Jackson got some hostages back.
Yeah, but that's a whole thing where, that's where the Arabs are trying to make themselves look like they're like friends with the blacks here in this country. I know what's
trying to split us up.
Trying to split us up, trying to divide.
Divide and conquer.
That's right.
He'll do anything to make Jesse Jackson shut up.
Jimmy Carter went over to Korea to fix that situation. We're in a bigger mess now ever since he was there. He fell hook, line, and sinker for their brand of rhetoric.
Now, are we going to have, 2 wars or something?
Yeah. What we're going to do is first we're going to take out Iraq. We're going to have tons of oil. That's going to be the best. When you see the price at the pump, you're going to be jumping for joy.
You're going to be taking oil baths. You're going to be frying chicken in oil.
Oh, my goodness. Well, can I get to this? Here's Ted Kennedy, who says President Bush has failed to make a clear case that Saddam Hussein is an imminent threat to our security. E1.
No evidence, no proof, no smoking gun, no intelligence has ever been released to suggest we must launch a preemptive strike in order to defend America.
This guy's the size of an elephant. Imagine if his brother was alive, so the kind of shape he's in.
Oh, he'd be embarrassed. He'd be embarrassed for the whole family.
I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this war. We got to clean things up over there in Iraq. We got to teach all those guys a big lesson.
But what about all our allies who were with us before? It seemed like they're not going to be with us.
Well, they're pussies. Listen, don't even...
They'll come along.
The
you
French?
wait and see.
The frickin' French? Smell-eating pussies?
Oh, my goodness.
You know what? Don't worry about the war. You concentrate on winning the Super Bowl. You let me worry about winning the war.
Yeah.
All right.
What a debate. He's the smelly pussies. I mean, this is... The Brooklyn never had anything like this going on.
French are smelly pussies. You're right, Yucca. I don't agree with you often, but this time I do.
Anyway, John McCain does not agree with Senator Kennedy's point of view.
Of course not.
E2.
John McCain...
He wants to take out the gooks in Korea.
Right, because he spent 5 years in a tiger cage in Vietnam, this guy. This guy, 5 years locked up where they tortured him with bamboo. Wow. He doesn't even want to waste time with the Iraqis. He wants to go right over and get anybody who looks Chinese.
Wow.
The price of his deception, if allowed to continue unchecked, could have catastrophic consequences for the United States, which none of us could ever countenance.
Now, there.
Right.
Get it?
I got this all figured out.
It's easy.
Here at home, Time Warner has announced that it has suffered the greatest loss of revenue of any business ever in the history of business.
Wow.
In 1 year. With this acquisition of America Online.
Nick, look at it this way. If Tampa Bay takes away your Super Bowl, aren't you going to go back and kick their ass and take the Super Bowl back from them?
Maybe.
That's how it works. That's war.
Yeah, but no one dies. Everyone goes home.
Oh, not all the time.
Right.
I see them taking bodies. Who knows what happens to those guys?
Yeah, go ask your coach if you could have a drink of water during practice. You'll die.
You know who dies? The guy who can't pay off his bookie because you didn't cover. That guy dies, Nick.
Well, that's his fault.
Yeah, whatever.
Other news coming out of the Time Warner organization is that Ted Turner has announced he will resign from the board of directors of that company. According to Porter Bibb, his biographer, Ted feels that Time Warner hasn't made the greatest use of his expertise. C4.
I love when Ted Turner... Porter Bibb's talking, okay.
Things have not gone well. People do not pay him even the lip service that he feels that he ought to deserve.
Ted Turner's a joke.
They hear that accent.
Right out. That's it. They had enough of him.
Ted Turner's rich.
Rich. He invented CNN.
He's rich. Isn't he married to Jane Fonda, right?
Yeah.
No, they got a divorce.
Yeah, but he got her during the pig years.
Yeah.
He didn't get her when she was hot.
Oh.
Workout.
And still he couldn't keep her.
Wow. No, he got rid of her.
Talk about lip service.
Probably didn't get any.
No.
That lip had a mustache on it by the time he got it.
She's looking more like Peter Fonda these days. Ugly bitch.
You are an amazing clown, Yucko. An amazing clown.
Yeah. Oh, shucks.
Probably our favorite clown.
He seems mighty angry.
Yeah, you don't even know. He's toning it down because he's sitting next to you.
Yeah, big frickin' Neanderthal next to me ripped my head off.
Whoa! Hey, don't forget we have to all go downstairs together.
Oh.
Yeah, you better shut up.
I'm taking the back stairs.
And I have my muscle outside, too. So.
I saw him.
Yeah. So.
Mongoloid.
Oh, dear.
All right, Robin, what else?
About the Korean woman who left her baby at daycare. Apparently in the Korean community, these babysitters, they don't get much information from the mothers. You know, like if a mother runs in a hurry and says, here, take care of my kid, the Korean people will just take the baby. Well, this happened on Friday or sometime last week, and the mother has never returned. And it turns out the baby suffers from Down syndrome. And they're thinking maybe this was the mother's way of getting rid of her Down syndrome baby. Just leave it to a babysitter and never come back.
I've never seen a retarded gook before.
Oh, come on. What's the matter with you? Try to tone down some of that rhetoric.
Yeah, why don't you say something funny?
Yeah, Yucko.
Hey, Yucko.
Replace the racism with something funny.
You know, we're all trying to get along, okay?
Yucko breaking the record for racial slurs in 10 minutes.
Really?
Wow.
But,
So do you kiss your mom with that mouth?
Bring it on.
Go ahead, Rob.
Anyway, the Korean babysitter, after the woman didn't show up for 3 or 4 days, decided to call police, and now they're trying to determine exactly what happened to this woman. She has never shown up for her child. I don't think you wouldn't, even if your baby was Down syndrome, you wouldn't just leave it somewhere, would you?
Mm-hmm. Are you asking me?
Yes.
No, it wouldn't even get that far.
But I'm saying, you
I'd have an
accidentally slipped up, you couldn't get an abortion.
No, I wouldn't slip up. There's such a thing as amniocentesis. Of course, there's amniocentesis.
All right, let me put it to you another way.
I nip it in the bud.
The woman who's pregnant doesn't want to have the abortion. You can't make her have an abortion.
No, that's true.
So you now have a Down syndrome child.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't...
Oh, you would disown the kid?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
Because, you know, I walk around with a kid like that, everyone's going to think I'm stupid, too.
Right. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, I can't have that kind of PR out there. I'm a famous guy. No, if the woman had the baby, I would have to take care of the baby. What would I do?
You wouldn't leave it at a babysitter's house and run away.
No.
Okay.
You'd probably leave it at a relative's house and come back.
There you go.
I'd let Yucko babysit.
Come here, Corky.
All right, The Recruit is opening in theaters this weekend. In a press conference, Al Pacino was asked if acting in films is still a challenge for him. A1.
Well, it always is a challenge. It's always a challenge.
She's lying. It's not a challenge.
How could it be a
It
challenge?
must be a challenge to get out of bed.
Right.
I mean, of a sort. It's a challenge to get up and go and...
No, I don't care.
He Irish.
What else, Robin?
Lawrence Fishburne is in a movie called Biker Boys.
Morpheus.
And he says, even though Biker Boys is set in the world of black motorcycle clubs, all audiences can relate.
This is a world that happens to exist. You know, this is a community that has...
You know what? Skip this movie. Wait for Matrix.
I don't know that Biker Boys is bad. Kid Rock is in it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, well, that proves it's good.
Is acting still a challenge for him?
Kid Brando.
Heather Graham is in a movie called Guru that opens this weekend, and here she is on Reading the Script. 8th rate.
So when you read a lot of scripts, you kind of feel like it's the same recycled story a lot of different times.
Look at her critiquing the script. So write a script, honey. You know so much about scripts.
It's sometimes told amazing and sometimes not. But
Sick of her.
I felt like I had never actually even heard this exact story told before with these characters.
Dirty, dirty whore.
Oh, that's...
Wow. Shut up and get nude.
Yeah.
Daredevil opens on Valentine's Day.
Was that for Yucca?
I tell you something. I'm not feeling real good about Daredevil.
I'm not either.
I love those movies, and I love Daredevil. You read comics?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You love Daredevil?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. I saw the commercial on the Super Bowl. It didn't look that good.
No?
Did you think?
Well, I didn't get an opportunity to see that particular one.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I watched it.
And you didn't see the Daredevil commercial?
No, I think I probably was in the bathroom.
That's when he took a break.
Yeah.
So,
well, Jennifer Garner is Elektra in the movie. Who is Elektra?
Nick, come on out. We're watching Daredevil.
The good thing about playing for the Jets is you get to see the commercials on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You just keep sliding them in, huh?
Hey, man, I like the Jets. I'm trying to, Warren Sapp didn't see any commercials.
Just tell me who Elektra is. I'm not familiar with the Daredevil character.
You know what? I read the Daredevil a long time ago, and I'll tell you what, there was no Elektra.
Sure wasn't.
I don't remember any Elektra.
Yeah, there was. She was a hot broad. They killed her off in the comic book.
In the original?
Yeah.
Who was Elektra? Was that Daredevil's girlfriend?
Yeah. And they killed her off. Bullseye kills her. So.
Oh, all right.
Well, thank goodness Yucko.
Yucko just broke character for a little while.
Yucko.
Well, here's Jennifer, who plays Yucko, talking about the popularity of her character and why she loved playing her.
It's a lot to live up to because she is an amazing, amazing
I guess Yucko wasn't dating in high school.
No, he was...
character. And one of the things...
Friggin' Bullseye killed her.
That I love about her is that she is dark. She isn't,
Who is this broad?
This is Jennifer Garner.
She plays Elektra?
Yeah.
I think she's hot.
Alias.
Did you see the commercials with
Oh, very nice.
That was
kind of sunshine girl.
Yeah. Came out of the bathroom for that one.
That's right.
A lot of stuff going on. But the great thing about this movie is that you really do see both sides. She's falling in love.
She needs big implants.
Half of the movie. And so you see the romantic...
Elektra has implants.
Oh, she does?
She does?
Sure.
That's what Yucko says.
All right, the guy who's now dating Britney Spears, Colin Farrell, he's also in the Recruit with Al Pacino. And here he says The Recruit is a movie with its share of technical gadgets, something he's not very comfortable with. B1.
I haven't even got a cell phone. I
don't care. I don't even care.
Shut up, Colin
Farrell.
He's just, you're jealous of him, too. He's banging everybody.
Spears?
Yeah. And John Goodman is actually in Jungle Book 2, doing a voice.
He's doing well.
Of a character called Baloo.
No roles for a big old fat guy?
No, just the voice.
Damn it.
Here's his comments on Baloo.
He's a large animal. He's a bear, but he loves music. He just loves kicks. He loves, he's kind of a bohemian type, I guess. He's crazy about it.
All right, John Goodman.
Who's he, Baloo?
He's Baloo.
That sounds like it blows.
You're not a fan of the Jungle Book?
Nah, I don't care about that. Come on. I'm a man. I like porno. Porno and Daredevil.
Good news for Batman fans. There is going to be another Batman. The guy who directed Memento.
Let's hope it's not gay Batman this time like the last Batman.
I was going to say, isn't that bad news for Batman fans?
Kind of creepy.
Memento was a great film. So
Memento was cool.
So who's going to play Batman, though?
We don't know that yet.
Yucko the Clown.
Me!
More to come.
I'm Batman!
No,
do I really sound like that, Arnie? Yeah!
So Batman's on the way back. That's what's happening.
Thank you, Robin. I want to thank Nick for stopping by. What a pleasant surprise.
Thanks for having me.
The great Nick Ferguson of the New York Jets. You certainly know how to hang on this show.
Yeah, I feel comfortable.
That's great.
Maybe after football I can do radio.
Yeah, good luck. That's a real come down.
Yeah. You blow your knee out, do radio.
Hey. No blow out the knee jokes.
Yeah, you say all the N-word you want, but no injury stuff.
Yeah, right. See Yucko tomorrow night and Saturday night at the Dancing Monkey in Lyndhurst, New Jersey, and Sunday at the Millennium Comedy Club in Clementon, New Jersey. And to purchase Yucko's DVD,
Go to damshow.com. I want to thank the great Godfather of Soul, Mr. James Brown, for coming in here today. Mr. James Brown going to be tomorrow night, Saturday night, B.B. King's Blues Club in Manhattan. It's a great place to go see him. James will be at the Paramount Theater of the Arts in Oakland, February 15th, and at the House of Blues in Anaheim, California, on February 20th. And don't forget about his new CD and his new single, Motivation. Also, I want to thank Fred for Win Fred's Money. The way he kicked that guy's ass from MIT. Very impressive.
Yes, very.
And Yucko, thank you, of course. And Nick, what a pleasure to see you.
I want to be at McGuire's in Bohemia tonight, too.
A lot of us are busy.
Yeah, we have to get up in the morning.
Hey, this suit must be pretty old because he's over there scratching himself.
Yeah. That suit smells old.
It's kind of dirty.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.